Man.
Fed
Which
watch.
one?
Fed watch. I'm ready to hell when the Fed watch.
I guess I'll let you record me. Where it says men don't love themselves until they make money.
Yeah, that's
I
a
think
good
that'll
one.
be a good topic to have him in there.
Yeah.
Because Marlon bred it up. And we gotta see if he loved himself before the money. You know what I'm saying?
What do you do?
Yes, man. Yes.
What Marlon do? I don't know, but it's way better than what the fuck Reggie do. Reggie start doing that shit.
Man, these boys stupid.
The fuck you say to me?
I love you, I love you. And
Funk sweat in the background.
hey, Kenny, man, I need a made sweatshirt for the winter time, man.
You on God.
Bro, hold on. This shit, I got marked every day.
You got the damn computer in your lap, don't it?
No, bitch. I ain't like your house, regular house.
Hey, nigga. Who you think you talking to?
What? I mean, light ain't bad. I was just trying to like frame it up properly. There you go, right there. There she is, right there.
Okay.
Hey, Reggie, when you gonna go get some glasses, man?
I'm scared to go. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause I'm not consistent enough with these. So like I'm like, it's okay. Like if I forget my glasses, it's okay because I don't have to have them. Turn up then.
You just got us some money.
A do-rag. Just sold one of them old do-rag, hoo-rag.
Hey, send me my little percentage.
Hey, man, watch out, man.
Watch out. I gave you the money for them do-rags.
Hey, man.
Cut my check before I sue your ass.
How much you
I'm
gave
gonna
me?
sue your
so
ass.
I can see your cut.
You say how much I gave you?
Yeah.
About 1,500, something like that, about 1,500.
I just want my 4,000 back.
Your 4,000 back, okay. That's on the way. That's in the mail. That's in the check. That's on the way.
Until I find Are we on Facebook?
Yeah.
How long we been on Facebook?
We just got on there.
Okay.
I ain't see y'all cutting up too bad.
Yeah, okay, cool. What up? Welcome back to another episode of Cards on the Table podcast. I'm your host, Ken, by myself.
I'm Reggie.
Nigga with some glasses. I'm the old nigga with some glasses.
This show is brought to you by two people who have to wear glasses legally to operate a motor vehicle. I bet you can't guess which two they are.
Little fella at the bottom. So man, you ain't at the bottom on the line,
Yeah, I'm on the top right. So get it right.
Shut up. All right, kick us off, Rick. What we talk about, my brother?
You said what now?
So what we talk about, my brother?
I'm sharing the post right now, and then I will tell you what we're talking about. And don't ever put me on the spot like that again.
Shut up, post.
I just did, man.
All right, then shut up about it. Shut up about it.
All right, I got a topic. And I always lean on Jarvis for his perspective because I'm not a parent yet. Okay. So I want to hear what you think about this without getting in trouble. You can plead the fifth if you need to. This girl, she messaged her baby dad. She said, "You want to keep Sean an extra week?" He said, "Yeah, when?" She said, "I'm trying to find out what day we leaving." He said, "We?" She said, "Yeah, me and my cousins are going out of town." He said, "Oh, you're not giving me my son for father and son time. You need a babysitter." "Yeah, I can babysit him. $300. She said, "Nigga, what you mean babysit is your son? You can't babysit your own child." He said, "Sure I can. It's not my parenting time per our custody agreement. So I'm not acting as his parent. So I'm his babysitter. $300 or you had to find somebody else to watch him." What do you think?
Kind of steep.
That's really steep. So what do you think? Who, first of all, if anyone, who is in the wrong? Let's start there. I like that you have to think about it. Like it's not cut and dry.
Because I'm trying to see if she acts at the last minute or
well, she don't know when. She never gave him an exact time because she's trying to figure out.
Okay, well, she in the wrong because she need to come to him prepared with a fully plan.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the type of person I am. I need to know when, where, how, and yeah. So I'm like that. Like, don't bring stuff up to me as an idea.
She ain't got no full plan, so it ain't no true.
This could be part of her planning.
Not no plan.
Well, so maybe if the dad won't keep him, she ain't gonna go. So maybe that's why she's reaching out to him so early in the planning process. Just giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I would have charged about $450.
$450 to keep your own kid.
Giselle Washington said he wrong. It depends on what she put him through before the court. They went to court.
I would charge the $450.
I feel like that's valid. What she said. You said Giselle said that?
Denzel
said that. So I feel like that's valid.
DLG.
But is this affecting the child? That's the question. Is it affecting the child? Is this just between the parents, right?
I don't think the dude was wrong at all though.
You don't?
Depending on what she doing.
It don't even matter what she going.
I feel like it kind of does. Because like if you just going like on like then like if you I guess it don't. I mean, whether it's a vacation or whatever.
You know what the reason why I feel like I don't think you're wrong?
Why?
Because if I charge her $450 and I'm watching my child, then we finna turn up with $450.
This man, you wild, boy.
Look, it ain't our So we finna have us a ball. I'm gonna go let her buy every toy he want.
I don't know. It really, to me, it just depends on if she like already do stuff with him and take him out.
Yeah.
Like if she don't do nothing with him, then I'm finna take that $450. And
I like how we didn't just automatically call it at $450 now. We done added so we know he didn't charge too much because y'all adding $150.
Short change and stuff on that.
I'm telling you.
So I agree with Denzel because like I don't have kids. I like to put that as a disclaimer, but like I be like my friends who have kids, like I be seeing some of the stuff they deal with their baby mamas. Like, no, you can't see them. Like out of like, okay, you can pick them up for this holiday. And then like the day before the holiday, they change their mind just to be spiteful. Like if you doing that type of stuff, now all of a sudden you want to give them to me so you can get away. You finna pay up. And it ain't got nothing, it don't mean that I don't want to be there for my kid. It's just like, I'm finna be spiteful to you. So I gotta agree with Denzel on that.
Especially if like she trying to give them to you when it ain't your weekend, and then when your weekend come around.
Oh, that's definitely what it is, because she said an extra week. So it's definitely not his time. Or else she would have just been like, all right.
That project went up, Kenny, 500.
I told you, man, it ain't gonna keep going up.
So what you gonna do with that money?
Gee, we're gonna
go. How many days I got my
So you gonna spend it on the kid though?
Yeah.
So rightfully, that's what's up though. Yeah, because it ain't like you taking $300 and going and buying some shoes for you. You gonna spend it on the kid.
We finna dress like the team.
I look at
like Arnold Schwarzenegger and what's the little short dude name? We would dress like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and twins.
Oh, was it twins or something like that?
Yeah, we would dress like twins.
What?
I don't feel like there's no restrictions. Like if she paid me $450 to watch my kid, then my kid don't have no restrictions on what he can use that $450 on. Like, bro, you do whatever, bro.
Well, speaking of no restrictions, here's another one. This is I don't know why these always find me. But first, let me go ahead and start with this. This is from the woman's point of view. Well, the father is messaging the woman, and the father's name in her phone is Semen Incubator. So I'm assuming they don't have a good relationship.
Did she put a ghost by her name?
No, it just says Semen Incubator, no emojis. He wrote her, he said, I just told my son to get on the game so we can play Call of Duty. And he said, you took it. She said, yeah. Not even yeah with the H, just yeah. He said, why? She said, because he wouldn't let his brothers play with him. He said, it's his game. He don't have to let them play it. She said, in this house we share. So yeah, he do. The father says, that's crazy because you got 4 kids and none of them share the same daddy. Give my son back his game so we can play. And she said, bye, Rich. So who's wrong here?
That was a very good comeback, though.
Yeah, it is.
She very good comeback.
Okay, tell us why you feel like she wrong.
Because you shouldn't limit him. You shouldn't limit him. Just because everybody else dad ain't doing what they supposed to do.
I feel you on that. Because like if I get my son a game and then like these other dudes ain't stepped up, why my son got to suffer?
And she should be respectful enough to be like, all right, such and such want to play with his dad. So, maybe y'all can play later.
Yeah.
Females, I mean, women don't be thinking. They just.
I feel like if we generalize it to all women, we finna have some very PO'd people.
What they?
Probation.
Y'all all blind, I see. Yeah, Kenny and Reggie blind. You fake. I just wear these for style.
I got these.
Oh, did they guess that I was the one that can't see?
Nah. Sharita just said, y'all all blind, I see.
No. These are here fashionable. Can't you tell how fashionable they are? 17.
Can't see nothing.
17. Jarvis don't even like you got lenses in yours. Them some clear glasses, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, I can see. Yeah, that's how you can see right there. See how it zoomed in? Man. Put your to the camera, Ken. Let me see how strong your prescription is.
Mine probably ain't that bad. Hold on. How you
No. Hold on. Yeah.
Glasses check.
What
the hell?
Ain't no zoom.
Look normal.
No, because I can see.
Niggas that look normal.
Because I can see, Ken, when you zoomed in. Why?
You knew that was in there.
Oh, do yours again, Ken?
Hold on. Yeah, look at the eye. Look how little eye you do that. Hey,
I can see. Barely, but.
So you said the mom is wrong in this scenario.
Hey kid, I think your sister just announced her pregnancy.
Hey, I already knew. I was having a new niece
in February.
So
he said a new niece. You gonna have a new niece? What y'all gonna do with the old one?
I had 2. I got 2 old nieces.
Yeah.
A new one in February, and I think another one's gonna be in about September sometime.
Turn up then.
You said another one.
I was just playing that. I hope it ain't no another one coming along, but hey, I'm excited.
You got a don't you? Did you say you had an announcement too?
I ain't got no announcement. I don't think I got to be glad.
Oh boy. So Jarvis said the mom's wrong. What you say, Ken?
What, because she took the boy game? Why she took the game? She just took because he wasn't sharing it with their brothers and sisters.
In that house, they share.
I was like, bro, you lame.
Y'all toxic.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like my patience would be thin anyway. Cause I'm like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't there, so my son gotta be. Why you got my son here struggling? Because you can't pick good fathers, me included.
That nigga said me included. Boy, you're terrible.
I think she's wrong.
That's wrong.
Yeah. But if I was the father, like I would take that peep game and be like, all right, I'm gonna get you stuff that I'm gonna keep here with me. That way I can regulate it. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you can't really regulate what somebody do at their house.
Yeah. I feel like it depends on what kind of game it is.
What you mean?
Like, do he got 2 controls?
Oh, it was Call of Duty.
Yeah, it was Call of Duty. So like he probably wanted to play online. And ain't nobody trying to play online. Who trying to play like couch co-op Call of Duty? Ain't nobody trying to play that. You scream people. Yeah, that's all you're gonna hear. I think the last game, like first person shooting game that I want to play with people in the same room is GoldenEye on 64. That's it. That was on point. 007 GoldenEye.
No, I'm trying to think if somebody had a 64. I know. Somebody just said something about
somebody had a 64.
I know Bill Lil had a 64.
Yeah. Somebody,
man,
yeah.
That man cooked some ribs up. I don't know if it was last Monday. I think it was last Monday.
That Mexican he made. That Mexican.
I had reheated them up in the air fryer with a little barbecue sauce.
They had a little crunch on them.
Man, boy, I slapped the baby.
On a real plate.
I'm gonna pull up on him one day. He called my bluff the other day. I said, "What time I need to pull up?" He was like, "Now." I like, dang. Ooh.
He's like, "They do now."
Yeah. Ooh. When I came down, I can't make you understand. So
Hey, what's y'all best pickup line?
Yeah. I got nervous when you asked. Kenny, you go first, because see, Kenny had a little line he used to say. Kenny had he had a little line he used to say, and I used to be like, you can't say that, bro. You're gonna get canceled. He said, "Hey." That's all he said. He just shook his head and said, "Hey." So look, tell you something. Go ahead and tell him that little line you used to say. He used on his wife.
Hey, goddamn, man.
That's how you bagged it today.
Yeah.
You gotta ask her there.
Yeah. No, with that little line. What's your best pickup line, John? Your question.
I'm finna send you a picture of my meat.
Oh my God.
And then send him a piece of meat.
Just straight to it.
I used to be like, what time you going to the cow? She be like, 7. I like, girl, they close at 8. And then she be like, okay.
And that's why my boy became the hometown hero.
Look at
It's so up for that one.
Walk right into that one, didn't
I? Straight into it. No break.
He said, I don't want them to get you walking from the cow.
I'm not having fun anymore.
Oh man.
All right, so here's one. Since we're gonna just go ahead and segue into something else. This is a tweet. And it says, "Innocence is beautiful on a woman, but ugly and pathetic on a man. Such is the burden of leadership. That's why experience is more beneficial to men than women. Men are forged, but women are preserved. For the harshness of life makes a man, but breaks a woman." Universal poetry. Do y'all agree with that?
I don't understand.
Okay, so I'll tell you my take. I'll break it down on how I took it, and which it could be dead wrong too. But innocence is beautiful on a woman, but ugly and pathetic on a man. To me, what I think that is like when you have when a woman's like when you try to like, I'll use like this. You ever like try to tell your girl like, "Hey man, you need to watch out. Look at that right there," and you explain something play by play. And they're like, "Oh, I didn't even see. Oh, I didn't." And then it happened just like you played it out. And it's like street sense kind of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's like, "Oh man, she's so cute. She ain't never had to. She ain't even been exposed to that, right?"
Right.
So it's cute almost, right? But when a dude ain't been exposed to something, you like,
nigga, you dumb.
It's almost like, look at, I use like that when a woman can't fish, you like, "I'll teach you how to fish." But when a dude can't fish, you like, "Hey, you ain't been fishing yet." You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like,
I was gonna ask y'all that y'all wanna go fishing this weekend.
So what was the second part? It was like that's why experience is more beneficial to men than women. I don't necessarily agree with that part, because experience is equally beneficial to whoever has it.
That's universal.
Yeah, but it says men are forged, but women are preserved. What I took from that is like, I feel like men are forged, like you forge a sword from metal. Like you got this raw,
but you forcing that metal into a shape.
Yeah. So which is not his natural shape. So forged probably isn't the best way to look at it, but at the same time, like, so do you agree that men are forged into what people feel like, or society feels like a man should be?
Men are put into stereotypes more so than women, for real. Because we automatically get that you supposed to do this, or this is a man's role, or something like that.
What is something that you personally, this is just a question I have, what is something that you feel like you personally have been forged into doing or being that was unnatural for you? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like for me, my example would be like, for the longest, I felt like men don't cry. I still kind of feel that way. I know it's wrong, but I didn't felt that way for so long. Like if I feel like I want to cry, but hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's something that you feel like you've been forged into becoming or acting like that's not natural for you? a hard one, ain't it? Because it feels natural. So you're like, dang.
But a lot of people's always talk. Well, I'll talk to look at people when I'm talking to them, and then listen to people. But like, if you always looking at people and listening to them talk, then you ain't gonna never have the opportunity to speak your opinion on a situation, how you feel. So you're always pushed to just listen and just do as you told and be done with. You ain't necessarily taught to speak your mind and stand on what you feel.
Yeah.
I think mine would probably have to be like being more like cut and dry, because I feel like I'm one of those people that is like I'm very empathetic to people's situation. Like just naturally I am.
Yeah.
But I feel like as a man, especially like when you become, like when you're married or you're like in a relationship, you tend to kind of become more cut and dry, because you kind of got to have like some type of and I ain't saying like within your relationship, I'm just saying like with outside sources, because you don't want to allow anything in, like you that protective wall. So you kind of gotta be cut and dry with a lot of situations, because if you're not, it can kind of affect your household or what you got going on if you being a little too empathetic to other people's situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. No, I get that.
Jonah said a woman grabbing your butt during sex.
What about that? What about you said? What does that fit in? Because I know it'd be kind of delayed. Like,
he said that fit in anywhere. He said that fit in anywhere. It don't matter.
Anywhere. We talking about kid? That
throw it in there.
However you want to take it.
I don't think you really mean that.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm just not a huge butt grabbing person, so my butt's grabbed regardless of the situation.
You don't like yours grabbed.
You probably get slapped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
I grab.
It be tripping me out, like when like with
Jonah like your butt being grabbed.
Like, I don't. Hey, stay from back though. You want to play with something? It's in the front. You know what I'm saying?
That boy crazy.
I really like what you said about because you always talk, look him in the eye, listen. But if you do that all the time, you don't get to be heard. And one quote that like I feel like everybody has heard at least once is, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth so you can listen twice as much as you speak.
You'll end up being
people say that when they want you to shut up.
You'll end up being that yes person.
Yeah. But I look at it like this. You can't turn your hearing down unless you got a hearing aid. Like you hear the same way you hear you can't like lower your hearing volume. You know what I'm saying? But you can lower it and raise your voice. So I feel like for me, that's how I'm gonna look at it. We're gonna just use anatomy. You can lower and raise your voice.
Hey, where you get that ad from?
Man,
you got to get off of here dripping like that.
That man get on here, you can't see nothing but the chest up, and he's somehow dripping harder than that.
Hey, you gotta get off here with all that drip.
Sense, man.
Report that. I'm gonna report this.
We can't hear you.
I think he's muted on this. Oh, he probably is hooking up something.
But yeah, Ken, I need a sweatshirt, man.
Hey, bro, I got you, bro. For real.
What about me? Can I have one? Can I have one?
No, you can't. No, I'm just playing. Whole squad.
Look. Yeah, mine. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you offline.
I'm gonna pay for mine. I'm gonna pay for mine a little extra to get it custom. I want ramen on the back. Ramen made. Bam. Right. I'm telling you, man. They'll be hating on me. They gonna hate on me. And if they ain't, I'm gonna tell myself they are.
Welcome to T-Mobile.
Man, they hate.
Welcome to T-Mobile.
Man, them folks ain't even see you. They hate, man.
Nah, put a pink rose on mine because I got them fragments. So I need a pink rose on.
I think I heard you tap your mic, Marlon.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna start this over. Hey, get off here dripping like that.
Hey, bro. Know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Look, I'm trying to start something though. You see the Mighty Ducks logo? It's upside down.
You got that? Okay. You got that made custom?
Oh, it is upside down.
We all got to start doing it so I don't look crazy when I'm wearing upside down logo hats, because I think this shit hard.
Where you get that from?
I ain't gonna lie, personally.
I'm gonna link the website. I'll link it to y'all.
They got hats for big old heads because I be having the worst luck with hats.
Look, just cut your top off.
They what you call this? They trucker hats. So all them truckers got big ass heads.
Yeah.
But
definitely send that link. Send that link.
Send that link.
I'm probably gonna get that one because that's like the only hockey team that I really mess with.
But they got like every logo. They got like cars, like gas stations, sports teams. They do all of it. Yeah. But Mighty Ducks was the one that saw that I felt.
What's crazy is I didn't immediately register that it was upside down. Then you said it, it's like I want it more now. Honestly,
yeah. I got a jersey to go with it, so I got a car.
Yeah,
and see, I want to get the jersey too.
Is it upside down on the jersey too?
No, I don't know if
that'll be hard though.
I don't know if you can find some because the person that do these, he stitch them himself. So like he hand make them like one at a time.
So what does he just get like a hat and then like get the patch and stitch it in?
He got the patches and
that's what's up.
Yeah.
When I hear stuff like that, I'm like, why did I think about that? And like, I can't sew, I can't stitch. God had to nerf me.
Only you went out.
Oh, I said, how y'all boys doing, man?
Man, we good. How about yourself?
I just been ready to get on the show, bro. Like,
hey, I'm hyped to have you here,
I think I might be y'all biggest fan. Like,
man, that means a lot.
Look, I can't speak for anybody else, but I know I be here on Friday, every Friday.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I be in the comments. I try to engage. I when y'all do audience stuff and try to like poll stuff, I try to always engage. So yeah, I always been hyped.
We appreciate it, man. We got to get you in person too. Once we get that COVID under control.
Yeah, we got to get it under control.
Oh yeah,
gotta get it.
Yeah, I already got the 4G inside of me, so
Okay, the 4G. Okay,
I meant the 5G. Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say I was like, you got the safe version.
No, I already got the 5G. I'm just waiting to see how it's gonna work for the rest of the world. So
yeah. How long have you? So you got both doses and everything?
Bro, I did this in March, bro. I've had it since March.
Dang, it's crazy. We'd have had it that long. The vaccine.
When they said that they put out a list, they was like, all right, so if you this, you can get it. As soon as they got the fat people, I was like, all right, I'm going to get it.
We on the list. Turn up then. Turn up.
As soon as they got the fat people, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. Like, I was like, man, because I've been seeing a lot about like heavier people when they catch it, it's bad for them because we're heavier. Our bodies might not be in good a shape as other people that get it.
Yeah,
they're out. So I always had this fear of like getting it in like my breathing not being able to overcome what it was. So like I got the vaccine because I was scared for myself personally.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to put pressure on anybody to get it that doesn't, that doesn't see fit that they should get it. I don't want to put pressure on anybody to do that, but I personally got it because I was scared for my life.
Which is, I mean, you got it for you. You weighed the options.
I weighed the options.
And you got people like, I got it. You should get it too. It's like,
I'm never gonna go that hard. I think this is my first time like actually talking about my vaccination status out loud.
Yeah,
right.
So you definitely did it.
I didn't post about it. I didn't like do the little filter on my Facebook profile about it.
I got my shot.
Yeah, people really like are on it. Like it's almost like I voted today. Did you? It's like, oh yeah, look at me being a better person than you. It's like, come on.
But it's like we still waiting to see how
it's the day of 100,000, man.
Why y'all didn't tell me my name went right the whole time?
I said that when you first got on. I said we on Silver with Porsche.
I ain't even paying no attention because I didn't even see that square.
I ain't even see it when I joined.
we can let you out of here until you fix it. If you want, you can go.
Nah, it's fixed now.
It's funny you mentioned the vaccine too. I did a voiceover today for the vaccine, and I was over here like, am I a hypocrite because I ain't got it yet? It's like, guys, and the thing about it is crazy. They needed a black voice because it was like, listen to the people in your community, get the vaccine, and I was like,
Yeah, that's very gross.
Well, I mean, but if you think about it though, you want to hear it from you.
But it's like they've even tried to get like some hip hop acts to like make like.
I know you ain't talking about Juvenile.
Yeah,
that's that thing. They could have kept that.
Vax that thing up. Vax that thing. Look, I thought that was genius. Like
it was okay. Marketing wise, it was genius. But like, it felt like pandering almost.
Yeah, it was definitely pandering, and some people was gonna see through it. Some people was gonna see through it instantly. Gonna be like, okay, I'm definitely not getting it now. They got Juvenile rapping about it. They trying to kill me, but it's like,
you look at it, you like, man, Juvenile want that chick.
But it's like some people grew up like just listening to Hot Boys. It's like their word is law. So it's like, man, Juvie getting it. I'm getting it too, bro.
Yeah, they're them old folks.
Yeah, they old now. Yeah, you right. Because I'm over here thinking about like, dang, I was listening to Hot Boys, but I was listening to Hot Boys because my uncles was listening to Hot Boys.
Yeah, man, I was like
we weren't really the target audience.
Yeah, I was like 5 listening to 500 Degrees. You know what I'm saying?
What? Got a red kind of like what Juvenile was that guy. But I had another question I was gonna ask, and it's just
you trying to relax, huh? You still ain't got that Vax, huh?
Hey. Listen, do you think he wrote his own verse or they wrote it? Because honestly, like again, like it was marketing genius and it felt like pandering, but it also like it was good. I hate to say it,
like it almost hit the beat too good for some.
It just worked. It worked a little too well. So like, did you write it? Did they say, hey, this is what I want you to say? Write it. I don't know. But
I can't just say white people because like it's some good white rappers.
Who?
Can you name 5? I'm not challenging you. Can you
name 3? Name 3.
You know what? I don't know.
Before you answer, I'm gonna say this, and y'all tell me if you agree. For me, if I say name 5 white rappers that are good, I'm not even listening for who you name. I'm listening who you better not name. You know what I'm saying? You better not say.
You know what though? I would never put Eminem in one of these lists, and I have reasons why. And like people fight me over this all the time. There has been once in my life where I was kicking it in a spot with some people, and they was like, man, I'm finna see what that new M hitting on. I was at a barbershop in a strange town. I have never once in a regular environment heard anybody ever say, let me see what that new Eminem talking about. And to me, hip hop, I gotta say this carefully because I try to rap sometime myself. And I like to think of myself as more lyrical, but like it's not just all about lyrical. Like you gotta feel that beat. You gotta feel what they saying, and it's like just because Eminem rap fast don't mean what he's saying is good.
Oh, that's facts. That's pure facts.
A lot of folks be feeling like that.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Yeah, like bro, what are you saying? Bro, what are you saying? Like I agree, you gotta come on with that. I can't listen. I can't rock with M like that. There's one M song that I like, and it's not even an album cut. He did it like he did a freestyle over, and it was really good.
Never heard that.
I feel like Brain Damage by Eminem. Crazy.
I like the songs that he do with Lil Wayne too though.
First one that comes to mind is Drop the World?
I like Drop the World and No Love.
No Love, that's what, yeah.
Bro, it's crazy, but one of my favorite rappers, his album, like, to me, I feel like it's one of the like best albums, like my top 5 albums of all time. The only song that I don't like on it got Eminem on it because Eminem on it.
Who is we talking
about? Boogie, West Side Boogie.
Oh, okay.
And the whole album is literally perfect. And then that song with Eminem, I said,
you be like, man, this shit here, man.
The thing about it, Eminem really flew under my radar as far as like being like, hey man, he might not be all that. Like he can rap, like he's talented, he's good. But I would have always put Eminem as like the number 1 white rapper until he said that's an awfully hot coffee pot.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
I I went through his whole discography after. I was like, bro,
it was just more stuff like that. It was just more stuff like that.
Yeah, I was like, hold on now.
Bro, I know y'all don't like him, but I like a Logic freestyle that he did.
Okay,
so Logic
it's fun to hate Logic.
Logic is biracial, and he will tell you that real quick, Jarvis.
They get annoying. They get so annoying, dude.
I'm biracial. Here's the suicide hotline.
I like suicide hotline.
Hey, bro, he got a song with Tech Nine, and I like Tech Nine, by the way, but he had a song with Tech Nine, and I cut the song off when Logic got on there because he was trying to be ironic about it, but that's literally how he sounded. He was like, yeah, because I'm biracial. Nah, 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 nah. Like he literally stopped rapping and just started talking on the beat. And I was like, you being ironic, but that's how you sound. Like,
yeah, stop. That's how like you all right.
He trying to prove a point.
Like Logic got on a stripper. He got on a stripper track one time. Like he got on a dance song one time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Logic, this is not your lane. This is not your lane. Let me hear what this, bro, that was awful. That stuff was awful, man. That's the verse he did that got him and Joe Budden beefing because Joe Budden reviewed it on his podcast or whatever. He was like, Logic, you are the worst rapper to ever grace a microphone. I was like, gee, you might be right about this verse in particular, but
yeah,
I would listen to Logic before I listen to him.
Okay. Like I'm trying to see like if I would too.
You know what? That might be a lie.
I would listen to Logic before I listen to like post Chronic 2001 in.
The thing
you don't like Marshall?
the thing about him though that people like to give him credit for coming into rap and like making fun raps and stuff that's not that serious and thinking outside of the box. But I'm just like, there was weird rappers before him.
Yeah.
He like what he did was he took what Outkast was doing on songs and he took it to an extreme.
A major extreme.
Okay, I've never heard that.
So but like it's like Eminem literally became the best-selling rap artist of all time because he could sell to middle America because he was white and he was from Detroit. So everybody else was either from New York or from the dirty. And then Lil Eminem was the first one that was like middle America. And I don't know if people know the majority of people live in middle America.
I didn't know that.
The majority of people are white. So like if you can sell to white people in middle America, you're gonna sell. Eminem was the first artist to be able to do that. So it was less about what he was bringing to the table as an artist and more about who his music could be marketed towards.
Honestly, I like that because it kind of reminds me of this take that I saw. This guy was talking about Bruno Mars, and I like Bruno Mars. Don't get me wrong, but like the guy was saying it was like right when 24 Karat and everything was like at its peak, which I think that's like top tier Bruno for me. Yeah, even though I didn't like him since way back.
I got that on vinyl.
It's amazing. But they were saying the reason he appeals to so many people is because people. It's like they get to have black people without having to listen to a black person. And I was like, dang, I never would have thought about it like that. Because if you think about the whole energy of that album, it's been done before and it's probably been done better.
It's a new Jack Swing album. Yeah. It's a new Jack Swing album.
Yeah.
That's just not in the late 80s. That's what it is pretty much.
So it was I was like, what? I never
24 Karat Magic.
Oh yeah.
Is that the album or is that the song? I know. Is that
the song? The song and the album, I think, got the same title.
Okay. Yeah. But that was like I was telling Kenny one time, I feel like that era of Bruno Mars, that album he found the perfect mixture of cocaine.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it was because he had just got in trouble for it too before that album. And I was like, dang, he figured out the exact dose.
Yeah, man.
And he came out with that.
Like we better be lucky he got caught. He was one snort away from remaking Candy.
Man,
hey, I'm here for it though. I'm here. Indeed, I do. Man, dude.
But see, that's the thing about cultural appropriation, though. It's like we use it against who we don't like. We like Bruno Mars, so it's like, and it's like, but also though, it's like with Bruno, I don't know if I see him as a race. Like I see him as whatever I see Dwayne The Rock Johnson as, and I don't know what they are. So they are what they are together, and I don't know who else is.
Why did I not know that I felt that way though?
It's like
because I don't know, like I would never call The Rock black, but I wouldn't call him white. Like
white people love The Rock,
and
he's technically like they call him like the highest grossing African American lead actor of all time.
I feel like The Rock, and this is gonna sound bad, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I hope I don't get famous then like The Rock, like, hey, remember you said that. But I feel like this is why a lot of people like The Rock. Not that he's not likable. I feel like The Rock is diet nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
for sure.
Because you don't never tap into his black side like you do his white side.
No, he really don't. But we still like
except when he's talking about his dad, which is not that often.
I don't know. His dad was in Florida. He ran into a good bit of cocaine when he was wrestling.
Okay.
Ain't no way I'm finna be wrestling in the 70s and not on cocaine.
I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying though, because it's like white people can latch on to The Rock because they think he's not black, and black people like, yeah, that's our nigga though.
Yeah.
So it's like the same,
Which makes you wonder, like, does he get the pass?
He do.
Because his dad black. His dad black because he's strong. You right.
I was about to say, who gon' like? Have you seen Walking Tall?
All right.
That man would go. That man would go through the hood with a 2x4 and just wreck shop.
Yeah, for real. Like I ain't gonna lie, that's one dude I'm getting out of the way. Like I'm not even. No, I'm a man,
bro. I would 2x4. Bro, I'm not even shooting at The Rock because if I would have
got mad at him and just went and whooped Johnny Knoxville ass.
But see, that's the type of person you can't win either of them fights. The Rock, you can't beat him because you just can't beat him. Johnny Knoxville gonna keep getting back up laughing.
Why you gotta get Johnny, man?
Hey, I can't beat The Rock.
Anybody who go toe to toe with a bull,
but I can whoop you though.
Was Johnny Knoxville in Walking Tall? That was the other guy.
That was John Knoxville? Oh, that was Sean William Scott? No, that was
I'm thinking about the rundown. I'm thinking about the rundown with Sean William Scott. You're right.
He don't even act no more, so I'm gonna leave him alone.
Oh, Stifler. He'll never not be Stifler. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think,
But it's like also on this subject though, it's like one thing that hit me really hard recently about this subject is like people. I love Justin Timberlake's music unapologetically, or I have until recently. But somebody pointed out to me. Well, there's the Janet Jackson thing, obviously. Like her career took a big hit, and his didn't. Bro. I was watching, and I had to tell.
I walked out of the room as it happened.
My mom.
I'll never forget that.
What I missed?
When he pulled her teeth out.
You didn't see that?
My mom was like, "Did you see it?" I was like, "Nah, I had turned around. I didn't, but I saw it.
But you saw it.
I saw it. I definitely saw it,
dude.
I don't know if my mom knew I was looking to this day.
I wasn't aware at the time that I had missed like this big pop culture moment. Like I walked out because my mom was on the phone. I never forget. My mom was on the phone, and all I heard was "girl." I'm like, no, I missed it.
Bro, that video kickstarted YouTube.
I believe that's probably one of the first things I would have searched.
That was like the first like really big popular on demand internet video.
That's crazy. YouTube back then was cat videos and Janet Jackson titty.
It was really why YouTube got to be as big of a platform as it is. It's weird like how cause and effect.
What'd you say, Ken?
I want to tell y'all what introduced me to YouTube.
What?
That song, the music video, The Game and Lil Wayne, My Life.
Oh, My Life.
Oh, God, it's about time.
I listen to it every day.
Way through the day.
That was my go-to video. I didn't know what else to search. All I do was My Life.
I think I got introduced YouTube to by Vans from the Pack.
Yes, got my Vans on, but they look like that was probably one of my first ones.
I heard that, but that was after.
I think
I had to get my 100 play of that song.
Like somebody had just told me you can watch any video you want to on YouTube. So I was like, oh man, all right, that's cool. I'm gonna go watch some YouTube.
That's crazy, right? That was a selling point.
Yeah, it was crazy. So it was like I was like, man, I don't know what to look for. And like that was around time where I started being a real heavy Dwayne Wade fan of the Shaq and D Wade Heat.
You were looking at highlights,
like in 06. So I just watched highlights. And so like I pretty much saw every play of that man's career from then on, just from watching
crazy.
YouTube. And like now it's like nothing you could tell me about Dwayne Wade because I watched it all on YouTube if I wasn't watching the game.
I think that was it. Music and big NFL hit compilation.
Yeah,
was like my first big thing in YouTube. Because they all had Nelly's Boom. Here comes the boom. It was
a compilation. That was the first song, but the second song was Stand Up and Get Crunk, the Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah. I was watching Jason Williams and Steve Nash highlights.
Yeah, man. Bro, Jason Williams highlights, bro. I ain't know I didn't know white people could dribble until I saw Jason Williams.
That boy nasty.
And like that sound racist, but I'm being dead ass.
I feel like when you talk about basketball and you refer to white people, anything related to basketball, it's hard to be called racist or even prejudiced because a lot of that stuff be factual. Like if you look at if you ever watch just the average white person in the NBA, you just like, man, that's unimpressive.
All I know is Bob Cousy would have had a stroke having to guard Kyrie Irving one night. That man would have died on the court.
What?
What about Larry Bird? He was stiff as hell.
Hey man, I ain't gonna count, man.
Larry down.
Larry Bird would have had some.
He probably wouldn't have been on the logo
because he got knocked out.
Because his back went out in his regular career, playing in the 80s. Them niggas way faster now.
Why I feel like people were older back then too. Like I saw a picture of Jim Brown at 23, and I was like,
that nigga look like 40 with a board.
Dude, I was like. And then they want to say, "Oh, these young people growing up too quick." No.
Nah, man.
Yeah,
that man had a full mustache.
Mustaches
it's also
like they used to.
They don't.
They don't.
I'm pretty sure y'all seen that picture floating around of Otis Redding.
Yeah.
And like they was like Otis Redding. He died tragically when he was 26. I said 26.
26.
This nigga 50 right now in this picture.
He looked like he had a 26-year-old son. But I don't know, bro. It's like out of nowhere we just started looking younger because I in the little anime chicks and cheese grits.
I feel like to us we look younger, but in the future niggas gonna look at them like that nigga at least about 42.
They might. They definitely might.
Young to us now.
People had Tobey Maguire playing Peter Parker in high school.
He was definitely 30.
Bro, I don't know how old he was, but I tell you one
30.
Thing, he looked 35. Do you remember when he was the scene where he had to hold the train and he passed out and the mask fell off and they said
he's just a kid.
Where? Man, he said no older than my son. Your son need to move out. Hey, what, dude? But yeah, they probably are looking at us like we look old because what's that dude? Spot him, get him, spot him, got him. Yeah. I feel like an old man just saying
he probably ain't broke 23.
But he looked like a baby. He looked like he's 15.
Yeah, he looked really young.
Yeah, I don't know if honestly, I be seeing people that look like that and I'm like, bro, he got like a pituitary disease or something.
He got shot recently, didn't
he? Yeah, he got shot yesterday, like 5 times.
Crazy.
God, dog.
They said he was in critical condition.
I thought that's why you brought it up, Riz. I was like, that's a random person to just throw out.
No, because he looked like a baby. But no, I got the worst luck with people getting shot and me bringing their name because I never.
Who you killed Charlie Murphy, didn't you?
Okay, I got it. Yeah, okay, I can't even fight that one. I'm gonna tell you something. We was in the break room, and I was like, "Man, I saw Charlie Murphy neck," and they were like, "Bro, what are you talking about, Rich?" I was like, "Go look at Charlie Murphy neck." So they pulled up a picture of Charlie Murphy neck.
Niggas out there googling Charlie Murphy neck.
They look, bro. If you look, and I'm not even trying to be funny. If you look, just look up a picture of Charlie Murphy. But this before everybody knew he was sick, though. This before that little tour with George Lopez and them.
Yeah, man, when he's sick until you say it.
Man, no, I saw his neck. He was sick. He just ain't want us to know.
That nigga said, I saw his neck.
I said, look at his neck. They looked at his neck. I said, man, Reggie, you crazy. The next day, dead.
I say he dead.
He had a good 2 years left.
Until you said something.
All I said was he was sick.
Open your mouth. You open your mouth.
I said, old buddy died this week. Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
You always see him in an Adam Sandler movie. If you don't know who he is by name, he always be in.
I I know you talking about.
Yeah. He was in Deuce Bigelow. He was like, who was he in Deuce Bigelow? He got like the most Irish voice. Like when you hear him, you like, oh, that's him.
Hey, Spider got him at number 19.
Okay. That's crazy.
See, I can see 19.
19. I remember when we was in college and like we.
Oh dang, he died.
Oh, who?
Norm McDonald.
Yeah, Norm McDonald. Yeah,
well, I thought you was talking about Spot him got him.
Yeah, I was like, dang, I did it again.
I was about to say, Reggie,
you quick.
I'm on a roll. Donald Trump. Like, but do you remember? I know you remember, Kenny. Like we was in college. You were freshmen at Troy. Shout out to Troy.
Shout out to Troy.
It was these white girls and they like walked up to us and we was like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but they walked up and they was like, y'all 19. We were like, yeah, we 19. And they was like, let me see your ID. I was like, hold on. What? So I think the only person at the time who actually was 19 was Nick. And they was like, you want to ride to the store and get us some blacks or something like that.
We all were, but Nick was the only one willing to do what they wanted him to do.
That's what it was. I'm not giving you my ID. That makes more sense. Because we the same ages. You're right. That makes sense. Like, yeah, I'm 19. I said, okay. So then he gets in the car with these strange white women. I just feel like either you're gonna go to jail or you're gonna be sex trafficked if you do that now. But he goes,
white women wanted some blacks.
From some blacks. Ain't that crazy? They walked up to the blacks and said, could you buy some blacks from blacks convenience?
See, man, I wouldn't have been able to do that because black and black cancel out.
They do. Then what you get?
Yeah,
Rock Johnson. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, so he gets in the car and I think me and Kenny, we were like, dang, like what if Nick don't come back? And we was just like, all right, you want to go play Call of Duty? Yeah, I don't know. College was crazy. Like,
bro, I ain't do nothing at Troy.
You was the coolest guy at Troy. I never forget. You was the coolest guy at Troy.
I pulled up the class at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, and I went home at 3 o'clock on Thursday. I was never at Troy. And when I was at Troy, I always saw Reggie.
I used to be all over the place, bro.
I saw alumni. I was like, Mom, I am definitely coming home on the weekends. As a matter of fact, I'm finna schedule my classes to only have class on Tuesday and Thursday.
You know what? I didn't see you outside of class.
I remember Marlon. I think I remember you had said that to me one time that you would travel back home often.
Yeah, I did. I went home.
Did you drive?
I stayed. No. My mom used to work. She used to travel and work.
Okay.
So she she could get to Troy traveling from Montgomery from where she flew in at to get to Andalusia. So I would just ride back with her.
Dang, that's crazy.
So I never put anybody out the way or anything getting to class, but it was like, if somebody coming through and I can leave, I'm about to leave because I'm not about to stay at alumni over the weekend, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Alumni, we got so many stories in alumni, but like I see why you felt that way.
I regret it now because I missed out on I probably missed out on some lifelong friends. I probably missed out on a lot of shenanigans that
it was a lot of that. It was a lot of
to be a part of now.
It was a lot of that.
It was so much shenanigans.
I bet you know all about it, don't you?
Before alumni, I see where you're going with it, and I'm just gonna veer left, okay? But that honestly, you hear the word shenanigans, you're like, that's a fun word, shenanigans. Like, it's a funny word, right? But I didn't know the true definition of shenanigans until I went and lived in alumni. Shenanigans is like events that have no reason to happen happening. Like you're like, what? Like I could just pull out a random. We had a bat stuck in the staircase, and we made a whole day out of that. Like what? Yeah, like alumni was wild, but it did look like a prison. So I get why you didn't want to be there.
And I was totally judging it off how it looked because when my freshman year initially started, I believe we were freshmen at the same time, me, you, and Kenny, right?
Yeah, we took this freshman leadership class together.
Yeah. Okay. So when I started, a couple of weeks straight, I stayed on campus, and I would they would bring the PlayStation or whatever in the common area, and we play NCAA and whatnot.
That was us.
Yeah, and then everybody from what you call it talk about how they knew they could not stop talking about how they knew Jameis Winston, and they just did not know how little I actually cared. But they kept talking about it, and like, and then because I'm not from like Birmingham or Tuscaloosa part of Alabama. I'm from like where Troy was.
Right.
So I was like, of course y'all know him. Y'all live there. But anyways, so yeah, there was that. And then what happened was my roommate ended up rooming with somebody else that he knew because they had an empty room. So I was in the room by myself.
Okay, yeah.
I was just like, nah.
Did they try to charge you extra for that? Because they tried to get one of our boys like that.
They actually did. They was like, we either gonna charge you extra or we have to find you a roommate like right now. And I'm like, bruh, I didn't ask to be by myself. My roommate left me.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was like, find me a roommate.
They did a lot of folks like that. You like, what?
Yeah, they try to get over on you. If you ended a semester without a roommate, they would try to charge you whatever, or
like you paid for a suite or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I didn't do that on purpose. That nigga left.
I would have charged their ass some vandalism.
Then they were acting like the room was big, bro. Like, like you gonna charge me extra for what? Room. For a couple more steps?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, bro, it's like I'm not getting any more space.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, come on.
We pretty much lived on top of each other. Now I just get to live by myself. That's it.
You got to live on top of yourself because it wasn't that much space. I remember it was what floor did you live on?
I lived on the first floor.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, you was down at the like
with the pool table and all that, right?
Well, no, I lived on the floor to where
the main level.
I lived on the main level to where if you walked out of the door,
we was on the main level.
Then the calf
was on the third floor.
Yeah, I lived on the level to where if you walked out of the front door, like if you passed by the RAs and you walked out the front door, the calf was right there to your right.
Okay, yeah, you was on the main level because the first floor was technically underground.
Yeah, I didn't live on the underground level. I lived on the main floor. Yeah,
and we was on the third floor because we had to go up that one set of stairs to go to our room.
Y'all ain't had no elevator?
It wasn't that big. It was 4 floors. Wasn't no elevator though. You know, which is crazy because like dang, like I ain't never seen no handicapped people in Troy.
Me either.
Because it wasn't accessible.
Yeah, you couldn't live in alumni if you was probably.
Yeah.
You said at Troy. That man said the whole school.
How many people in the wheelchair you saw at Troy right now?
I knew one dude actually. I knew a guy.
Yeah. I met nobody who I don't know. It's crazy.
Your mind was closed off.
Honestly, I should have started a petition because I was like, I'm not seeing enough handicapped people here. Like,
what you saw?
It was insane. I didn't see
it. It would have flipped on you,
bro. But like, but Troy, but like me leaving campus so much was also bad for me because like, you remember when we was in that freshman leadership class, in orientation, we had that little stamp book that we had to fill out.
Yeah.
I didn't fill out anything.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what we used to do. We used to pick events. We were like, hey, I'm gonna go to the ghost. Remember, we had to read the ghost maps.
Yeah.
Like, I'm finna go to the ghost maps event, but I don't want to go to that bacon on the quad event. You go to that and get me a stamp from there, and I'll get you a stamp from the ghost map event. See, man, we wasn't studying none of that stuff.
I should have been locked in because I ain't get nothing.
We were locked in, boy.
I failed orientation, bro.
I tell you, I saw
orientation.
Oh, you failed that class?
I failed orientation, bro.
Oh man. And honestly, I was like, man, how can you fail this class? But I guess I filled out my stamps though.
I didn't fill out my stamps, and then like the final, I didn't take it because I didn't read the ghost map.
I didn't read the ghost map.
Well, I took it, but I just like you see the light. I saw the light.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. And I'm gonna say this as a married man who settled down and given away my horse ways. That was the easy because I'm not a looker, but I look smart. Man, you know how many numbers I got because of the ghost maps? I was like, hey, you know it ain't even about ghost. And they'd be like, what's your number? I'd be like, yeah. And get there, I don't know nothing about the book. I just know ghost ain't in it. Because I would have read it if it was about ghost.
Yeah.
It was about E. coli.
But like that's like that's probably the lowest point in my life, honestly, failing orientation.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I still
I failed drawing and I went to school to be an artist.
I mean, Well,
did it affect you, Marlon? Like, did it really affect you? Yeah, your college.
I mean, like that semester. So I was on a scholarship. I was on the chancellor scholarship. So I was full tuition.
What are the requirements for that?
So to keep it, you have to stay a 3.0. The high school requirements was you had to have a 3.5 and at least a 28 on the ACT. So
you had that?
Yeah, I had that.
Boy, but 2.9.
To keep it, you had to have a 3.0. So my first semester, because I failed orientation, I only had a 2.7. So I was on probation after that. But then I ended up keeping it all the way until my senior year, because what happened was if it fell under 3.0 again, then they would take it. So I kept it until
they gave you a chance then.
Yeah, I kept it until the second semester of my senior year.
Okay.
My junior year was kind of tough, I ain't gonna count.
The classes or just like stuff in personal stuff?
My ability to care, honestly.
Oh, I feel that.
It's funny that when my caring kicked in.
All your friends have flunked out. You had no time, no choice but to care.
I care.
I had lost my grandma like at some point during that time.
Oh, okay.
And then I lost my granddad too. So, and I had lost a lot of people back to back. I don't like to use that as an excuse, but like looking back on it now, I realized that did happen around the time where I was slipping.
Yeah.
So that, and then like
I feel like they should take that into account too, because I mean, like you said, I don't want to use it as an excuse, but at the same time, I mean, it is excusable because that stuff weighs on you. Can't learn when you struggling, because I mean, you only got one brain, and like you got like a learning brain and the emotional brain is all in the same area. So,
but so I ended up keeping it until the second semester of my senior year.
That's still impressive.
It's like, I mean, I don't know if it affected me because honestly, I don't know how much I actually wanted to go to college. But I just felt like that's what I was supposed to do because they was like, Marlon, you're smart. You're supposed to go to college. And I'm like,
they told you were smart.
I was like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do.
They told us that from elementary school. And it's like, now I'm in debt.
Like I'm definitely in debt now for something that I really don't know if I wanted to do. And something that I'm not using my degree in my career.
What was your degree?
I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in English.
Okay, so what did you want to do?
Listen to what I said now. This is how weird degrees are.
I've never heard of it.
I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in English.
Yeah.
I graduated with a Bachelor in the application of the English language. Not English language arts, but the application of the English language. So like what I had to learn about was like the history and the etymology, how to put words together, grammar and stuff like that. That's what I graduated in.
I take an elective like that because I really do like etymology, but like
etymology was amazing. The history of the English language was my favorite class. And they said that one was supposed to be hard, but that was the class I ended up making the best grade in.
That's because you were interested in it though.
I was actually interested in that one.
Yeah.
But I took a lot of English. I took a lot of creative writing classes though, and then it wasn't until I actually looked into what my degree was that I found out that my degree wasn't actually geared towards that.
Yeah,
and see, so they didn't tell us that stuff.
No, they didn't. They
what
didn't.
You do with biology?
Say what now?
I said, what? So what are you doing with like the biology? Did you say biology?
No,
he got a Bachelor's of Science. That's like BFA in English.
Okay. I got you.
Which is crazy when you say it out loud.
Yeah, it is crazy when you say it out loud.
Yeah,
but it's like I'm not using that for.
What would you like? Be a teacher? Is that what was your goal with it?
You will almost have to be a teacher, but it's like I took one education course at Troy and I hated it.
Sounds like it was suck.
I hated it. I don't know I don't know if it was because of the experience or because of my teachers. So, and I never followed up on it. So,
I just feel like they should have just let you go and take classes. Like I took math, science, and English in high school. I shouldn't have to take that in college. If I'm going to school to be an artist, I need to take only art classes and get out of there in 2 years. That just makes sense.
Yeah, you don't need to know how to read. You just draw.
If I got to college, I got to know how to read. You would not. Never mind, because it's two folks grown with degrees, and I'm not convinced they can read. Hey man, who you cheated off of? Like what?
I deal for every day who got the highest ever degree, and I be like, man, y'all dumb as hell.
Yeah, because it don't translate to a certain point. It's like, okay, honestly, bro, I feel like degrees and diplomas show how well you memorize stuff, how well you test take, because there's some geniuses out there who don't take tests well.
Bro, but it's also like there's different types of intelligence, because like you can be the best at what you do, at what your field is, but like your field also requires you to have to be able to work with people and communicate with people, and you can be terrible at that.
Yeah.
So that means you terrible at your job. That can mean to some people that you're not smart, because like you can go work with an expert at Best Buy about getting something for internet for your house. If they don't know how to communicate to you properly and like assuage your feelings about it, then you're gonna think they don't know what they're talking about.
That's how I be too. Like them, they be like genius level smart people, and they just like they can't. Maybe hey man, speak up, you know. But it's just like it don't. Then you got people like me who I feel like I'm a very people oriented person. I don't be knowing what I'm talking about half the time.
Yeah, man.
That man know what he talking about. No, I don't.
No thanks.
Yeah. What you try? Hold on, man. What you think? That's what's facts, man. What you think that saying slow or something?
That nigga said my people skills are way better than yours, nigga.
Let me tell you something, man. I go out there and sell a car. Dude who bought the car, he don't know what type of gas to put in it. Who you talk to, Reggie? Oh, yeah, that's your car there. I don't know what it is. What kind of car you sold him, Reggie? Had 4 wheels, a trunk, and a hood.
Sound like a car we say.
Yeah, it be purring though. They done bought a jalopy.
I'm
telling you.
Yeah, man. It's just like it's different types of intelligence though. Like you cannot be emotionally or socially intelligent, and that could just make you terrible at everything. Because at the end of the day, what you got to do first and foremost, in my opinion, is you got to do right by people.
For sure.
Yeah. Or you at least got to know how to talk to people, even if you're not going to do right by them.
But that's not, that level of intelligence isn't, or that category of intelligence isn't talked about enough, because like, even like the first thing you said, got to do right by people. Like, I feel like, well, honestly, what I do is sell. Like everything I do is in sales, selling and everything like that. And day jobs I have selling, like selling was some part of it. From GameStop to insurance to Lowe's to everything like that, selling. But when they teach you these things, they teach you how to sell. But one thing that I really enjoy working into my strategy is called solution selling. Like I sell solutions to people. Like I'm not gonna, like if I don't have the product that's going to make your life better, I'm not gonna try to get you to sell it. I'm not. It's not worth.
What if they don't wear contacts?
If they what now?
What if they don't wear contacts?
Hold on. What?
You said you sell solution to people. I said,
hey, get out here, man. Get out here. I'm finna leave this right now.
Hey, man, this nigga crazy, bro.
I'm over here trying to think, what did I say? Now you wild.
What topic you want him to chime in on?
Oh, I got a question. I got a question for Marlon. I'm glad
I thought he finna raise his hand.
But no, so all right, you know how like black designers, like it's like this craze now that like black designers take like shoe designs and then like it already exists, and then they put like a lightning bolt on it, and it's like, all right, this is my shoe, this is my brand.
Yeah.
How you seen them?
You seen them Billy Ellis Jordans, boy?
I ain't seen the Billy Ellis.
Okay, so I ain't gonna cap to answer Jarvis' question first, because it's gonna be a short and like whatever answer. The KO ones are kind of tight. I'm not gonna lie, I would rock
KO
those. She got some. They're KO ones.
They're green.
Like, yeah, they like highlighter green. They kind of fire.
I
would get them and write on them.
Man, I searched KO when the immigration came up.
Like, you know that's associated with, dog.
To answer Kenny, it's like I wish that Black people could design their own work, their original work, and sell it, and it'd be popular. But
are you talking about Kenny? He talking about KI Kicks, dude. They put the lightning bolt on the ones.
Yeah.
No, but it's a lot of people doing.
It's a lot of people doing it though.
Like I seen like so another dude did literally is the same exact thing. Like it's literally they just throw up the same lightning bolt and they were like, "Hey man, did my shoe brand now."
But the thing is though, the silhouette of the shoes that we wear are of all of them are so similar.
Yeah.
Because what's ingrained in our culture as our shoe is the Air Force One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One and stuff like that. So it's like we're almost if people feel like if they're going to sell anything, they're almost inclined to have to design something with that type of silhouette. Now, I wish we could get away from that, but with the way that, like, it's going to sound like an excuse, but how the sneaker market was systemically built was we gonna buy this white man's design and that's gonna be, but we gonna take it and wear it in the hood, so it's gonna become the hood shoe.
Yeah.
So the Air Force One silhouette is like etched in that. The Jordan 1 silhouette,
but it still ain't fully yours. Then.
But it's not ours. Yeah. But that's all we know. So like the new designers who are trying to come up with something new, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna take this from the hood, but it's not Nike's though. It's mine. That's my lightning bolt.
Yeah.
The lightning bolt is mine. The silhouette is ours though.
But if you think about somebody who, and I'm just gonna use this, I'm not sure, I'm not gonna give him all the credit, but people always talk about Kanye. Kanye makes some that's ugly, right? That's ugly. But he experiments.
He got original designs.
They comfortable too. Mm-hmm. But and the thing about it, people at that level are the only ones who can afford to do that. Because if I kind of for a second I was like, oh, I want to make some shoes. Number one, I'm not in the sneakerhead culture enough. I would have to consult with y'all three if I wanted to make some shoes. But if I wanted to make some shoes, I need to, as someone just getting into it without all that money for overhead and who can risk losing them, I need to stick with what's safe. And what's safe is what we're saying, like the same things that's been redone. Now, people like Kanye can make a shoe and not one person buy it, and he'd be like, well, I know that don't work. He'll be, I do that. Now I'm stuck with inventory I can't move, and I got to quit. So that's honestly, I'm going to be real with you, though. It's good you said that, because that if I were to do it, I would make that as my fallback. Like it kind of sound bad. Like I bought some Roches, fake Roches. I knew they were fake when I bought them, but they were Chinese sizes, so I couldn't fit them. So what I did was I saw a homeless guy, his shoes were kind of beat up, and I was like, "Here you go." I gave it to him. So I mean, like honestly, it's not a horrible idea, but it's like it's bad to build your business off of it, because it's like if y'all don't buy it, I'm gonna give it to the homeless. Okay, well. You're a bad person. Like, just give it to the homeless outright.
Yeah, but that argument is like what my answer was, Kenny, is kind of like I can see it on both sides, because like you gotta sell what you know is gonna sell and what you're familiar with if you want to make the money, and if you want to make this shoe a staple, just like the other shoes that you're using their influence are staples. But it's like you also want to make it yours, so you use the lightning bolt instead of the Nike sign. But it's like also you could probably use something that's a little different than a lightning bolt.
Yeah, that just kind of, I don't know what lightning bolt you're talking about, but I just feel like lightning in general. Lightning with the black community is, I don't know what it is with lightning.
But it's like Bapes are already Air Force Ones without a Nike sign. Yeah. So it's like you already got something before that's doing that before you're doing it.
Yeah.
And Bapes is just like they got the star at the end of the Nike sign looking part.
Yeah.
So it's like
I remember when I first saw my first pair of Bapes, I thought they were off-brand.
Yeah, I definitely thought that niggas was picking them up from the flea market.
Yeah. I was like, I know the dude who Trump you got that out of. Yeah. But no, they were, I mean, they probably were fake Bapes, but I didn't know like Bape shoes were an actual thing. Yeah. Because like Kenny was saying, you were kind of saying too, it is kind of unoriginal, you know, but at the same time, I know me, I'm like I said, I'm not into the sneaker community like that. I know what shoes I like, and those are the ones I get. And I'm kind of like basic. Like I won't, if it ain't got like Jordan 1s are my favorite Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like everything kind of fits that silhouette that you were saying. So I can't complain too much because I'm buying. Yeah.
I feel like ain't nothing wrong with the shoe. I just feel like, all right, if I see somebody create pretty much the Jordan 1 and they take the Jordan 1 and they put the lightning bolt on it. Okay, cool. That's perfectly fine. But that's fine if one person do it. Like, you do that, that's dope because you just took that and you created your own little thing off of it.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm like, all right, I'm gonna create this shoe too. I literally just took the exact same thing you did and just like, all right, y'all, now this is my shoe. It just say my name on it now.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what it kind of remind me of?
That's not gonna work.
It make you Marlon, not take it serious.
What's your Instagram name, Marlon?
Zen Griffey.
Okay, I was just making
What I thought about when you said that, like somebody else doing it and another person do the same exact thing. Like I said, you don't take it serious, and it reminds me of that scene in Life when he was like, whose baby is this? And everybody started saying, them the ones we talking about?
Well, he's just one, like
that's just somebody doing it.
That's somebody, yeah, because that ain't even the one that I saw before.
The bottom's kind of cool. What
that's not the one that I had in mind.
Jar bought them shoes.
I ain't about these hoes. I couldn't do it. It just ain't original.
Yeah.
Man, I want some Yeezys though.
I want some Yeezys. I think that's my next copy. Some Yeezys. I don't want to
size up.
Yeah, you do. I don't want to get
the they run small.
I don't want to get the 300s though.
I had the 700s, but my foot got big.
I think I want the 700s.
See, I don't think I've like tapped into Yeezys enough to know the numbers yet. Like how I know Jordans. But I don't think I've tapped into Yeezys to like know them like that yet.
The ones that look like pretty much like canvas are the 300s.
You talking about the ones that like running shoes?
Yeah, the ones that kind of look like running shoes. I want the one. I like the nurse blue. I think they 700s.
They blue and like a cream.
Yeah,
with the blue inside.
That's the ones I was looking at.
Yeah.
That's the ones I was looking at.
I'm just gonna say this. I think it's really impressive that like you're like, I'm thinking about the 300s and you like the 600s. Like y'all say these numbers and y'all picture the shoe. Honestly, that's how I feel about Jordans. Like Jordan 1s, if you say, what are the Jordan 1s? Those, I know them, but that's it. That's all I know. That's it. And that's so impressive. Like the child could like that sneakers are that. You know what I'm saying? You can say Jordan 1s and you know.
Honestly, sneakers are one of the things that Black people can say. Like when people say, well, what is Black culture? Because people say that all the time because they think we don't have an actual culture.
They goofy if they think that, but yeah.
And it's like you can say that because we have really only been free for 50 years, if you want to give us that long.
And it ain't 100%.
It's not 100%.
Free with like probation.
But it's like we have definitely contributed.
Yeah.
And then we also all have our own things. And I think that sneakers are a part of Black culture because we hype them. Like if Black people ain't cool with a sneaker design, them shits ain't gonna sell.
Right.
Even though like most of the people that's buying the sneakers, the resale market is just like rich ass white teenagers that
they capitalizing on
that live at home and then they just buy a bunch of them and they sell them out their mama basement. Like that's literally what's going on.
That's kind of frustrating to me.
Yeah, it is frustrating.
It's like you a vulture.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the best way I can say.
I'm gonna start selling the monarchs to old folk.
I'll be your first buyer because I'm gonna get you a pal.
I don't think I was talking about them. Let me see if I can find them.
These 700 V3.
Yeah, so I didn't mean the 700s then. Let me see.
You think about the 350s.
I think the technical term for the color, I don't know what shoe it is, but the technical term for the color is hospital blue.
Hospital blue.
It's the
you put them hoes on, you're gonna have cold.
It's the it's these right here. If you can make them out.
Yeah, them the ones I was talking about.
Yeah,
them
that's what
I had those. Yeah. I had the gray ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm talking about the hospital. I'm talking about the hospital blue ones.
They down there at Sneakers Incorporated.
Oh, for real.
Man, I had a 10 in there. Like after a couple wears, I was like, ooh, these look tight.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that. I know I wouldn't be able to get it in them there.
Nah, you had to get what size you are?
11.
You had to get you like a 12.
I would definitely have to get a 14. Y'all would know what I'm talking about, Kitty and Jarvis. The off-white fours, they came out in women's sizes.
Off-white fours, yeah, the team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that though? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, why not make it in both? So,
I think they try to do whatever they can to like hype the release and limit the availability. Honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just to capitalize.
Mm-hmm.
Virgil's lazy.
Like, I feel like they got to make something back off the resellers because they wouldn't be letting it happen as rampantly as it's happening if they wasn't making something back off of it.
You think so?
I think they have. Like, I think the companies have something to do with it. What's these?
Those are nice. What are those?
700 magnets. Easy boost magnet. 700.
Put it up again. I ain't see it good.
My bad, brother.
Oh yeah, them hard, yeah.
I had put in a raffle for the Travis Scott 6s olives, and I ain't get them hoes. I was so mad, boy. I wrote that down. I messaged on Instagram.
I tried to get the military blue highs and lows. I tried to get both of them. I ain't get neither one of them. It was crazy because I was gathering emails like infinity stones that day. I was like, hey, bro, let me use your email for a raffle. I got my mom's, my sisters, my wife's. I got some of my cousins. I put them in there. I put in so many emails, bro, and I still didn't get picked.
And they just pick it at random?
They pick it at random, but what people do is they get bots to
they pay like raffle hundreds of dollars.
That's crazy. But they make it all back when they sell it high.
They make it all back when they sell them because them things selling for like $3,200 right now, bro.
Speaking of outrageous prices, do y'all know who Lenari is? He does like skits and stuff like that, like comedy skits. Mm-hmm. So he had some Cheez-Its and like he opened one up and it was like it's shaped like a book. So he's put it on eBay, and it's already up to 90,000 bids, like $90,000 for a Cheez-It.
Oh my goodness.
They'll be gonna crush by the time
you know how many Cheez-Its I didn't put in my mouth at one time without looking at them? I probably ate my blessing.
I done definitely picked up a book-shaped Cheez-It and not saw it and just ate it before.
Dude, honestly, if I were him and I sell that Cheez-It for $90,000, I'd go buy 20 boxes right then and go through them one by one. Like, hey, I'm trying to find my next combo.
Do what you could do. You can carve a soap that look like Macaulay Culkin and put it in a Dove box and be like, look, y'all, I just took this soap out the box. It look like Macaulay Culkin.
You wild.
Send the soap to Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, that man back acting now.
Who?
He still look like
he married the old girl now, from Disney Channel.
Did she give him some soap?
The Asian girl, from
Brenda Song.
Yes, I couldn't remember the name.
What she do?
Hey man, you shouldn't have told me that. Yeah, I'm mad.
Yeah, she was honestly, I liked her, but I used to like what was the blonde one that worked? She was on the show too.
Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah, that was the one.
They've been married since 2017.
Dang, it's been that much time. I remember when it was new.
Macaulay Culkin look like he on MILF. That nigga on American Horror Story. He play a MILF and he fit the
he fit the part.
He looked like American Horror Story.
My wife is watching that season, and I saw Macaulay Culkin. I was like, oh no.
I ain't lie to you. I sat down and watched. Everybody say that, but somebody hyped me up to watch the first season. Man, look, I watched the whole. Each episode like an hour, right?
Yeah.
I kid you, I can never get that hour back. I don't know what I was watching, bro.
Watch The Coven. Start off with The Coven.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna be real vulnerable with y'all right now.
Got you.
I do not watch anything horror related.
Don't feel bad.
I won't sleep. For the next week. Yeah. I'm gonna be scared to like go to my bathroom at night. I'm gonna check the curtain every time I go in there. I'm gonna go irrationally look outside my front door like 4 times in the night. Like, and
it's like, a nigga standing in the yard. I get it.
I'm not even scary like that, but those movies, like sometimes the graphics just look so real.
Look, look. You want to watch something? Watch Hereditary.
Oh, that ain't even scary though.
But like a lot of times, it's okay. It's creepy, supernatural. The stuff don't even be supernatural. I'll be like, I know a nigga that snaps sometimes. He could just decide to do that one night.
Okay.
Like, what if that nigga just decide to do this?
But see, that's the thing, bro. Like, Scream and all that was so scary. I never thought Scream was that scary.
It's scary.
But at the time Scream came out, it was scary. Scream more scary now than it was then because you got people snapping like that now.
Really do got the only thing that
not
I'm
in my
not
community
scared of that I will watch is Michael Myers movies. I love Michael Myers movies. I can watch those.
Them funny. Honestly, them Halloween movies funny.
The reason why it is funny is because one time they like that man fell into a ditch and they shot a rocket launcher into the ditch. And then he got up. I was like, okay, now this shit getting wild. I was like, so if the nigga snapped that day and he fall into a ditch and they shoot a rocket launcher in there, he not coming out.
Yeah, he like these out of hand. First of all, where you getting rocket launchers from just on hand?
In a small town.
Yeah. But you know something, they said there was a lady, she was angry. She was so angry. Her anger made me laugh. She said, I can't stand Michael Myers because he only attacked people with stuff to do. They said, and I went back and looked. She said, go back and look. I went back and looked. Michael Myers don't attack homeless people. He don't I saw him walk past a homeless dude asleep. He walked past the homeless dude and went and attacked this girl. He get folks who got jobs, who got places to be. And you think about if you got a job, he said she said he can't stand a nigga with a job. Like,
he can't stand people in relationships either.
Oh yeah, that's one-on-one. If you have sex in a horror movie, you gonna die.
Yeah, they be about to get busy.
Michael Myers sees somebody fucking and he smirked like Anthony Mackie.
He's like, oh, them niggas dead.
Man.
Oh yeah, these niggas dead. These niggas gotta go.
You know, for the longest, I felt like I was like, man, you know what? I could survive a horror movie because horror movies ain't nothing but like a whole bunch of bad decisions that like get you killed. But then we play this game called Dead by Daylight, and I realized
you making bad decisions.
I'm making bad decisions constantly because it's like I learned something about myself. And I thought it's because I'm a big guy. Like as a big guy, I would hide instead of run because I can't run long, right? Mm-hmm. But here I am playing a game as a character who can run. Hey. And I still chose to hide. And the thing about hiding, when you caught, you trapped. That's it.
That nigga Chris said, how the fuck you find me, man? I'm in a locker.
I said he probably saw you run there. Chris tried to hop in the locker like the dude didn't see him open the locker. I said he probably saw you walk in there, man.
That shit had me so weak, man.
So while we on the subject, because I got another question unrelated, but while we're on the subject of that, who is the scariest to you? Who is the number one scariest? Meaning you don't I already know Ken answer. Who's the scariest horror movie villain? Who would you if you rather go against anybody else but this one person?
Bro, if Leatherface is in my house, I'm just gonna walk up to him and be like, do it, bro.
He said that's it.
I'm not fighting. I'm not trying to run. That nigga don't catch me.
I wouldn't have expected that answer.
I would just be like, please don't wear my face. My first exposure to like real horror movies is they remade Texas Chainsaw Massacre in like 2003.
Yeah, with Jessica Alba.
Yeah, and then they showed the little documentary. They showed the documentary at the end. Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
They showed the documentary at the end about there was really this crazy dude in Texas, and he wore at least one person's face, and then they tried to send the police to go get him, and he killed 3 officers. I was like, so y'all niggas telling me that Leatherface?
Hey, they were gonna die when you saw the tape recorder they had. They knew they were meant to die.
Boy, what? I'm gonna tell you something now. I'm gonna be that police officer getting dishonorably discharged because somebody get their face put on, and you like, all right, Mr. Waller, we need you to go check. No,
no,
I quit. I don't work here no more. I could be the most decorated officer. I could have helped save people on 9/11, but when you ask me to go to somebody's house who putting on niggas' faces, no, I quit.
In the middle of nowhere,
you'll see me working at Amazon that day.
A nigga actually did that. So it's like Leatherface, I'm not messing with that nigga. So scary to me, bro.
What scene messed me up is when
Yeah.
old boy running through the sheets and he just popped up out of nowhere and cut his leg off.
Man,
Yeah, and then kill him right out too. He stayed alive for a while.
And then, like,
put a nigga on some hooks.
I was really big into Mortal Kombat X. I was really competitive in that game.
Yeah,
I had to stop playing the game at night because if a nigga picked Leatherface against me, I was just gonna drop the controller, and I didn't want to lose my rank like that. I wanted to stay ranked high, so I just stopped playing the game at night.
They just threw a wrench in your plan.
What time it is? It's sundown. I can't play this tonight, baby. We're gonna play something else.
Nah, I had to change it.
See, I feel like I'm not that scared of like if Leatherface was in my house. It depends on where I am, and like if I could get to my gun, like he's just a regular dude at that point.
He a big white man that don't got no pain.
Yeah, like that's scary. Don't get me wrong. I think he's so scared because it could happen. Like Leatherface could literally come to your house tonight. Like it can happen. But if he get
man,
here,
why you say that? Why you say that, bro?
hey, Martin, don't you live in Texas?
Nah, I don't live in Texas no more.
Okay, I'm about to say that's wild.
No, I live in Georgia now.
Okay, turn up. Georgia. You I feel like you fit in Georgia. Like Georgia's that's your tribe.
Georgia feels home.
Yeah, I figured it would.
What part you stay in?
I stay in Noonan, Georgia. It's about 30 minutes outside of downtown Atlanta.
That's like the perfect distance, right? Like you don't have to deal with all the Atlanta craziness.
It's not a lot. It's not too much traffic. Yeah. And wherever you want to go inside Atlanta, you just like the highway is like right behind my apartment complex. So you just you hop on the highway and you just get there. Yeah.
I feel like you got like plus 10 driving skills living there though.
Well, see, I don't drive.
Okay.
I don't.
I don't blame you, honestly.
Like I feel like it's modern enough time to where people can not drive and feel okay with it. But
have you just never drove or do you just not drive now?
I got into a wreck when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And I feel like I've had like the yips since then, honestly.
Okay.
And I just haven't since then.
Yeah. I mean, I get like what you said though, like we live in modern enough time. Like we got Uber, Lyft, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And especially me being in Atlanta, like that stuff is easily accessible.
Yeah,
and like
they close down the green bar, man.
The public transportation is easier than it's ever been too. I don't ever use it because I always use Uber and Lyft, but like I could use it if I like I'm close enough to the city to use the city's like interconnecting transportation if I need to.
Okay.
But what you need to do, you need to go down there with them homeless folks on Peachtree Street.
I done seen them before. I ain't played basketball with them though. But it's like I went to a Daniel Caesar concert one time, and like we was just walking around Midtown afterwards, and like they always ask you for your sweater or your jacket if you got one on.
I don't like that.
They be like, hey, young blood, you don't need that. You ain't cold. You big. Like, you don't get cold.
Part of my outfit, man. I could be sweating and you can't get my sweater.
Nah,
because if I wore it out, I like it.
It was like, you big, young blood. You don't need that. Let me get that sweater.
That sounds about right. Man, like, yeah, no, not gonna happen.
Nah. One dude at me, he like, man, let me get some money. He put some money in my cup. I was just gonna ask you for some money out your cup. He said, get the hell away from
me. You remember Eddie Griffin had a joke. He was like, this homeless guy was like, hey man, let me get 50 cents to get something to eat. He was like, if you know where you can go get some food 50 cents, I'm finna come with you.
Motherfucker, let's go.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Or you could be like my granddad. I remember I was with my granddad, and this homeless guy was like, he's like, can I have some money? You know, and my granddad was like, money. He was the first soldier boy. He was like, your job better than mine. And I'm like, okay, I need to see what my granddad going with this. He was like, what do you mean? My job better than yours? He was like, you get paid and you ain't got to do shit. I was like, okay. Okay, because see the way my granddad look at it is like he just as poor as you. So how you gonna ask me? I'm just as poor as you. I'm just hiding it better.
Oh man, but it's like once your parents and stuff like that found out, or like they know you get paid now, like you got a job now, they expect you to like do stuff for them. And you just be like, bruh, I know what you make. You make 5 times more than me. Leave me and my little paycheck alone. Like I get paid now. I still don't make what you make. Leave me alone.
What?
I seen them stuff.
You gonna buy me lunch today if we go out? No, you should buy me lunch.
I about to say I barely can get myself lunch.
My mama don't even ask. She just be sending me Facebook links and stuff.
Yeah, they do that.
Like go get that.
I said, man, you better start ordering this shit off Facebook.
I break my folks off randomly throughout the year so they can't say I don't do nothing. I'm like, hey, remember that thing you mentioned in January? I know it's October. Man, here you go.
Nah, man. Sometimes my mom is like the greatest like guilt tripper in the world. I hope she's not watching this, but it's like if I don't get if I go too long without getting her whatever she asks me for, she'd be like, man, I get it myself. She'd be like, man, you don't never have to ask me twice for anything, you know. And I'm just, she'd be like, I raised you by myself, and you never had to ask for anything. I already knew what you wanted, and you definitely didn't have to ask twice.
That worked on me. You want to go back in time and trade me?
You want to go back in time and trade?
I know. They go back in time and trade.
Nah, but it's just like my mom is really good at like getting me to do stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know. Have y'all's parents ever like tried to guilt y'all into doing anything?
Mm-hmm. My mom be like, I guess I go get my stuff myself.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's always I guess. I'm like,
and then you'll be like, no, I got it, and they'll be like, no, never mind. Now it's too late.
And then here I go, I got you. Instead of just being like, oh, she said never mind. But no, I can't do that. It'd be hard.
You can't do it.
I appreciate mine sometimes because I'll be like, hey, mom, we're going to go out to eat for your birthday. She'd be like, okay. And then when I get there, she'd be like, well, I don't want to go out to eat. You keep your money. I'll be like,
yeah, she does get like that sometimes. Sometimes it'll be around the holidays and she'll be like, I was just playing. This is really expensive. You don't have to get that. You can give me something like that, not exactly that though.
Yeah.
But like I be done already got it.
They still guilt tripping.
Yeah, I had to get it before. Like I had to get it beforehand because it was so expensive. So I already got it now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you think that's part of the plan?
I don't know, man. Like if it is, like that's some really good mind games, man.
Have you ever told your parents something you got for yourself, and they be like, and they seem really interested in it, and then they ask you how much it was, and then you tell them, and they be like, must be nice, but it's just like, like I remember I told my folks about my Apple Watch. Yeah, but see, that's it. I told them about the Apple Watch, and they seemed like they wanted one, and how much that was, and I told them, and I think I paid like $350 or something on the Apple Watch. It was the 3 that just came out. And he was like, never mind. And it made me feel stupid for him. I was like,
yeah, man. If my mom ever asks me how much some shoes is that I got, I always tell her the retail price.
Oh, yeah.
I still send shoes to my mama's house. My mama be like, you paid $200 for these? I be like, no.
But see, my dad more into sneakers than I am, which is crazy. If y'all Kenny didn't met my dad, he had the Ken Griffiths before everybody else started wearing them. Like, it was like
your dad are like, hey, you can stay.
I'm just saying, hey man.
It's funny. It's funny you say. It's funny you say the Ken Griffiths though, because they about to redrop those.
It's about the teal with the lime green ones.
Yeah, the teal.
I don't like them.
Yeah. Them the one that in black.
Yeah.
Them. Yeah, there was them before everybody. Because remember, at a certain point, you couldn't really find them. Like, everybody had them. Like, hold on now.
My home budget had me go to Western Hill Mall and get the teal black and white ones. The original.
Yeah.
They had security at the mall and everything.
That was in St. Louis, wasn't it?
Western Hill, they got a dollar.
I went to a mall in St. Louis, bro. And it was a nice mall. And it was like, this man said, when I go to places like that, I expect to see the celebrities, and I never do. But the mall was like, it was like the best mall. Like, it was amazing. But nobody was in there. And like, I asked my granddad, I was like, so why is so dead in here? Like, why ain't nobody in here? He was like, oh, they always have a shooting here. And I was like,
why you bring me up?
Why are we here?
Bro, you know what's funny about that? The most expensive mall in Atlanta, Lenox Mall, is always trash. Getting shot. It's always getting shot. It is trash, first of all.
It's
always
is it trash compared to what it's hyped up to be, or is it just trash?
It's just trash.
Dang.
It's like there when you first walk in, there is like the section where all the designer stuff is. And it's really hard to find anything else outside of that one area. Okay. But like it's always getting shot up though. And like that's the mall that the rappers put in the song.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know what it is.
Yeah,
niggas just start shooting because
they be getting frustrated.
Bro, I tried to find shoes in there. I couldn't find no shoes. I couldn't find no clothes. I was like, man.
Yeah, they don't have a sneaker consignment shop in there. They only got like franchises, which is weird.
Yeah.
You would think Lennox would have consignment shops.
Yeah,
I had it's
like,
another mall.
Go.
What's the other mall? It's a 2-story mall. I forgot what it's called.
You think about McFarland?
Nah, it ain't McFarland. It's a little better than McFarland. They got a Jimmy Jazz in there. I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name.
Is it Atlanta?
Yeah, it's in Atlanta.
Is it Cumberland?
You think about the underground?
Yeah, it's Cumberland. It's Cumberland Mall.
I like Cumberland.
Cumberland Mall pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Green Bar. Yeah, that's for the ratchets right there.
I don't even think I ever been to the mall in Atlanta.
Just don't go.
Well, you said something about the underground one, didn't? I think we went to that one. We went at that because when we went to
that ain't no real mall. They're like Hussein.
That when you get to.
I mean,
hey,
I was over here like when I go to Atlanta, I'm like, oh, I'm out of state, you know. I'm out here in this shit, you know.
A lot of underground.
Like, come here. Parking $34.
It is a little jank. We went up there because we went to a little food truck festival. And I'm gonna tell you something now. I know why they call it Hot Atlanta.
It was hot as hell.
Boy, it was so hot, man.
Bro, I went to the food truck festival at damn, what's the name of the Avondale? Well, when I tell you it was hot, nigga, my shirt was see-through how hot it was. Woo.
You had a white t-shirt on?
Yeah, I had a Nike USA shirt on, boy. That bit was white, but shit, by the time I got done sweating, it was see-through. I ain't even want to eat how hot it was.
T-shirt, you had a wet t-shirt.
Yeah. Folks out there with barbecue rags, you think everybody barbecue.
I ain't gonna lie, Rich, when we went to that food truck festival, I don't remember tasting none of that food. I don't even remember what I had.
We ain't eat a lot, bro. We ended up leaving and going to Johnny Rocket because they had AC.
I hate Johnny Rocket.
You know it's hot when you leave a food truck festival to go to Johnny Rocket.
I'll tell you, I'm gonna go eat somewhere else while I can sit down.
I think we had, when we paid for the tickets, we got 2 free items. So I think we might have just got our little 2 free items and then and left.
I do remember I got me a Gatorade. I know that much.
Yeah, if you hadn't, you wouldn't be here now. You'd have fell out that day. I had a tank top on finna fall out.
I recently went to a festival in Atlanta. Well, it was an arts festival. It was in Piedmont Park.
Okay.
But it was like middle of August, so it wasn't like super duper hot, and it had rained earlier that day, but still though, it was like the Piedmont Park is huge, and
it got all them trees in the shade on it.
Yeah, it do got trees and shade, but it's like you had to walk all throughout that to see everything.
Yeah.
It was rough that day too.
It's an art show in Atlanta coming up. I thought about going to.
What kind of art show?
My cousin got her paintings and her art. She displaying her work.
Shut up, then. We got old William Kyle Petty in here. What's up, man?
Big face ass.
Connected good.
Goddamn, Mace.
Everybody got their glasses. Right? Not one nigga here without glasses.
Dang, we getting old. That's crazy.
These are prescriptions.
You act like everybody else glasses ain't prescription.
They are.
Hey, nigga, look.
Strong ass go.
Oh, good. You them prescription, Marlon?
Yeah, I definitely cannot see.
God, dog, man. It might be time for me to go.
My shit like 80-20, bro.
I don't even know what my shit is. I know I need them.
Kyle, how long you had glasses?
Straight out the womb.
Nah, for the last 2 years I've been wearing glasses. These new. I just bought these this year.
Okay, turn up then.
What the man, Versace?
Nah, man. Nah. I wish they
wrong as hell.
I ain't got that kind of money.
But we know you got it. So now that we got all the fellas in here, I wanted to ask a question. I ain't want to leave Kyle out on this hill. So I saw the post. I'm sure y'all saw the post. It said, well, you do again. You wrote it.
I wrote it.
Yeah, the proposing to the girlfriend. But no.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do that one or you want to do the other person?
No, that wasn't the one. It was men and loving themselves. That one.
Oh, so the post said men don't love themselves until they make money. So do y'all feel like that's true?
Yeah, because if I ain't got it, I ain't right.
Yeah.
Hey
Hell
man, you know
hell
what?
We don't feel as secure within ourselves until we got some pockets. You know what I'm
Tell
saying?
him, Kevin saying.
Because at some point, when you struggling, but when you finally get that job, whether it's from your college degree or you just got a 9 to 5, the fact that you got some money in your pocket, like shit, I can do something. I can put some emotion. I get some going, and it may not be a lot, but it's enough to get started.
Okay. Where do you think that comes from? Before you answer that, what did y'all say? Did y'all say yes, no? Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. As someone who is going through not being where they want to be yet, which I'm sure all of us are. All of us feel like we have room to grow, right?
Yeah, plenty.
There are days. There are days when I feel like, man, I wish I didn't have to struggle for this. Or it's like you hear somebody in your household being like, man, I wish I could have this. And you know you're supposed to be the person that's getting them that. And they still saying, I wish. And so you kind of feel like bad for yourself in that instance, like, dang, I can't even get this for this person right now.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm with you on that.
because I'm supposed to be the person that's doing that.
Yeah.
So like sometimes you get, but I feel like you can't let yourself feel like that all the time though.
Yeah.
Because everybody's paths are different and they divert at different times, and your time will come when it's supposed to come.
That's something that I had to really like commit to understanding, because I feel like I do work hard. Like everybody feels like they work hard, but like I'll be looking at myself working hard.
I ain't gonna cap. I don't feel like I work hard.
You don't feel like you do, man?
Like I work hard.
That's a very introspective way to say, hey, I'm gonna be real.
Hey, he said that shit real as hell though.
He was like, look, I've definitely seen some corners I'm cutting.
I'm definitely cutting corners.
Yeah. I mean, look, I ain't gonna say I work hard all the time, but that's real. But I say this: have you ever seen yourself working harder than somebody? Not saying you like, and I'm not want to look like I'm hating on somebody, but it's like you work harder than somebody, and then somebody else just like it just worked for them. Yeah, like, dang, like,
but it's their time.
That'll make
their time, yeah.
But it's like in your flawed human brain, that'll make you not want to work hard. Seeing that.
Yeah.
Like, what did they do to get that?
Like, we
right. Why I gotta go twice the mile?
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing about that is the reason why it looks that way from their perspective is because you weren't seeing them when they was working as hard as you was working.
That's
fact.
You wasn't with them shooting in the gym.
Facts.
The gears turning now for them. So it's like when them gears start turning and everything is moving in the motion that they were headed in, it makes it look a lot easier than what it actually was.
It's super motivational too, though, once you see it that way, because I know I'll use me as I'm not an actor. I ain't trying to be no actor, nothing like that. But something I really enjoy seeing is like an actor who's at the top of their game now. Like you like, hey, he in everything. Like, okay, he doing this, he doing that. And then you see a show from like the 90s and he just had a walk by scene. You like, oh, that's he on top of the world right now. It's like, dang, like he been at it since the 90s. I'm just now learning about him.
Like old dude from The Wire, Michael K. Williams. Like he had a small scene with Tupac.
Really?
Yeah.
And what?
Tupac put him in his first movie.
That's crazy.
What movie?
Yeah. Bullet.
Yeah, see, I ain't know that. And see, you look at that. Rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. Like it's crazy.
For sure.
But that type of stuff motivates me, because you like okay, they've been working at it for a while, and then I feel like I don't know where it came from with me, but I feel like a lot of our peers had this feeling like I'm supposed to be this way or this place before 30. And I don't know why 30 is that number. Like we all are supposed to do this by 30. But
you young when you 30, bro.
30 is really young.
Yeah, you young.
Right. But when your family go ahead.
Oh my bad. Go ahead. Now you again, Kyle. Go ahead, my bad, brother.
No, you go ahead. I'll wait.
Go ahead, mate.
No, I mean, I feel like that's the reason why I like talking to like people that are much older, because it make you feel better about where you are. Because they look at you and they're like, man, you still super young. Like you got so much time.
Like, you need to hear that, because I feel like I'm running out of time.
Exactly. You always feel like you're running out of time. But like once you start talking to people 50 plus, even people in their 40s and stuff like that, you kind of look at it from that perspective of like, dang, like I do got time to actually, make these things happen because, and we forget that things can happen in a year. So it's like, us being, 3, 4 years, 2 years, or at 30, you got to realize it's like, shit, next year you could be making hundreds of millions of dollars. Like money is one of them things where it's like, it's going to come when it's going to come. You know what I'm saying?
Just be doing something.
And the thing about money is, exactly. The thing about money is it can come from so many different areas. Exactly. Yeah, if you're just out there doing stuff, you can eventually make money doing something that you like doing, which is like why, like, I feel like it was very important for me to join the show with you guys tonight, because like one thing that I envy about Reggie, and it's something that I shouldn't have to envy because there's nothing that's given to him. Reggie does a lot of stuff, and everything that Reggie does is something that he enjoys doing.
For sure.
Reggie he's an artist, so he's like got commissions coming in. He's doing the voice acting thing. He has this. He's just talking to people, talking about whatever he wants to talk about at this instance. So he's doing a lot of things that I could be doing too. And there's no reason for me to be sitting there saying, man, I wish I could do the stuff that Reggie is doing.
Got choked up. I ain't gonna sit up here and
I could just do it, right? I could just do it, right? But I don't. And like, so tonight was an important step for me because me and my wife have been talking about me starting my podcast back, because she's always like, Marlon, you have a bunch of dreams, but you have no ambition. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of harsh, but yeah, you're right. I don't.
She love you, bro. She said,
"I don't want to do
anything." Yeah, for sure.
She told you straight up.
Yeah, because like I quit my podcast 4 episodes in, and like the numbers weren't bad. There was no reason I should have quit. I just got overwhelmed at the work that I had to do, and it wasn't even work because all I was doing was talking about basketball, and I could wake up in the morning and talk about basketball.
Right,
it's not hard. But I just stopped doing it because it was something extra for me to do.
Yeah.
So I just gotta, I'm gonna try to start it back up.
Start it back up, and we got you back.
I'm gonna try to start. I'm gonna try to start it back
up.
And joining this conversation tonight was a big part of like me stepping back into that arena.
I'm excited for you.
Go, I would like, go for
y'all more often if y'all would allow me to be on.
Yeah, just yeah, for sure.
Kyle done done about 5 times.
And it's easy practice too.
I want to bring y'all along to mine, when I start talking about stuff outside of basketball. But
I got my crazy basketball story when I was playing for the Y, man.
I got basketball right here. Blackwire on the west side.
This man pull out a whole basketball. I got a basketball right here. Right here, y'all. Who want to play 21?
So it's just like,
hey, nigga, keep us all.
But that goes back to saying you can feel sad about not having money because it's viable for humans to have emotion.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to put yourself in the position to be the best that you can be by doing stuff that can get you to that point.
Facts.
You just got to be out here. You just got to be out here.
But this is most definitely. When it comes to like, I feel like I said, I feel like we chase this idea and this concept of money, and it's like we forget the passion and we forget the things that it's just like you just got to have the desire to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And like money is just one of them things where, as far as like, it's all just a status thing that we have in our heads. And I heard like, it's funny because today I heard this interview from Mike Epps, and he said something and it like really, really like hit me or whatever. But he was like, he was kind of talking about like when the hurricanes hit like Houston and all of that. And he was pretty much like, pretty much everybody was dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like rich, poor, whoever, you was dealing with the flood. The flooding was gonna stop you because your house $1 million versus a $20,000 trap house. It wasn't gonna stop flooding your house just because of the how much the house cost. And he was just like, so there were poor people and rich people all, walking through flooded water just to get to where they need to go. And he was just like, when the banks close, we all eat. And that hit me because it's like, when you can't get no money, and money means nothing in that space and time.
Yeah.
Everybody on the same playing field. Now it's just about helping each other and survival and getting where you need to go. So and that's a lot of times that's how we got to look at it. It's like the whole money concept is, you know what I'm saying? That's that's to, make sure your people straight, y'all can live the way y'all want to live and whatever. But that comes along the journey of you, loving on people and helping people and growing and building and like, putting things together. So with Marlon being on the show tonight, knowing that, you're gonna jump back, you gonna jump. I ain't gonna say you're gonna try, you're gonna jump back.
You got it.
Yeah, hell yeah, you got this, bro.
And you're gonna be successful with it, bro. So it's like us being able to intertwine and kind of, bring you in and, get people to even just know, hey, Marlon about to kick his podcast off. So I'm gonna start tuning into that. That's just a stepping stone. And like, we ain't making money off of the podcast yet like that. But it's like when we get to that point, we want to be able to say, hey, we were able to help somebody else get on this journey as well. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah. And like at that point, to echo off that, we have to start measuring success with not just money,
but the hard work, like the comfortability of you in your house. Like if you good in your house making this, then why do you have to make this up here?
Why? What? Yes.
So like we have to start measuring success by what you consider comfortable and like what you're doing for other people and what you're doing for your family, and not just how much money you making. Because there's more to success than that.
And you figure out not how little, I'm gonna use that for lack of a better word right now, how little you really need to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like if your family is happy, your family is safe, you know what I'm saying? You got 4 walls around. Some people are happy without 4 walls, but for me, long as it like 4 walls around you, and like you said, you doing what you love. Like one thing that I do that really keeps me humble, that I really enjoy, is making them struggle meals that you had growing up with like what I call I got money now ingredients. Not that I ain't nobody on here rich, but like remember you just make ramen noodles and cut hot dogs up in it. Okay, now you might be able to throw in another ingredient that you can kind of got a little bougie on there. You can throw that in there, and I just feel like the mixture of that really just shows you like, okay, I've come so far, but I got so far to go. So you get to keep that hunger, but you also get to be grateful. You know what I'm saying? So like, that for sure. Honestly, like,
I ain't gonna cap. I made a grilled cheese with some provolone yesterday.
That sounds fire.
Hey, that's big.
That sounds fire.
Bro, it was so good.
Leave that provolone alone, man.
It was so good, bro.
Grilled cheese and
provolone. I need to try that.
Oh yeah, that sounds.
You can cook, Kyle.
I cook a little something when
Kyle be throwing down in the kitchen, man.
You know he throw down because he had to sit up to tell her.
Yeah.
He don't say, hey, look, hey, y'all ever had this right here?
I'm telling you.
Hey, he surely to the side, kid.
What? That honestly though, like, dude, like the response to that question really just it warmed me up. First of all, knowing that you think of me that way and of the podcast that way, and the fact that you feel like rejuvenated on that. That made I can't even put into words how that makes me feel, and I'm sure y'all feel the same way. Like I definitely ain't gonna lie. I got a little misty when he was like, Reggie doing what he want to do. I was like, I just want to do this. I just want to do what I want to do. That's the just put it on my tombstone. Reggie did what he wanted to do.
Sure, bro.
But
we're gonna give you a tombstone, all right? We're gonna give you a tombstone piece at your grave.
I thought you would say tombstone pile driver. That's what I thought you were going with that.
Tombstone piece of that.
Hey, listen, Kyle, you about to chime in too about what Marlon was saying. I kind of saw you perk up, and you get to say what did you think about that? About loving yourself without money and like measuring it differently.
When it comes to love yourself without money, it starts from within you, from within. A lot of it is a lot of self-conscious issues, a lot of insecurities, either from childhood trauma, high school bullshit. When you start to love yourself without money being involved, you start to take life a little more serious. You start to appreciate the small shit. So when you do get the money, able to do what you want to do, you still humble about it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you got a humble beginning, like me right now, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, from what I told you, know what I got going on, I work for it. You know what I'm saying? I work for it, and I'm still thankful. Like, damn, like I got this far. But I feel good the fact that I've been humble. I stayed down for so long, and now that I'm coming up, I still feel like I still got a lot. I still got a lot way to go. I still got more to do, but remain humble about what I'm doing and not just brag and boast about it.
So much more to do. I'm like, you know, the biggest illustration of always having something, like always having room to grow. You have been to the gym and you see somebody like, nigga, you won. Like, why are you here?
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I be saying my them, like,
to them, they're like, yeah, my quads aren't popping the right way. I'm trying to
these need to be
like, man, what are you doing there? I realized I pointed at my arm when I said quads, but that just shows how much I know about the gym.
It's like, no, nigga, your quads are going to pop if you don't stop.
Right. Literally, pop anymore. Like, or they hit you with this line. I'm just trying. I'm where I want to be. I just want to get more vascular. We know you got veins. We don't. You don't need to see that.
Just drink some water.
But they never happy with it. Even you have people who be 5-time bodybuilding Mr. Olympia champions, and they like got to get next year. And I feel like if we can adopt that mindset, it's like there's no roof, there's no ceiling.
The sky's the limit.
But I feel like I know, like, but if you really think about it, everybody do have that mindset. Because like, imagine, all right, for instance, imagine when you made like. And I'm pretty sure everybody kind of made. Let's say you made $100 off something. Your first instinct, you know, you may be like, "Oh, that's dope! I made $100." You typically you think, "Okay, dang, how can I make $200?
How do I do this?"
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or how can I make $100? Because you automatically thinking, "All right, what's the next? How can I do?" Because you're like, I see that I can do it. Yeah. Now I need to figure out, okay, how can I do this? So I think one of the things that I forgot where I heard it from, but it always kind of ingrained in my mind anytime like I'm thinking of like leveling up or doing something or trying to reach a goal. It's like, for instance, if I make $1,000 off something, I automatically like in my mind I just go and just be like, okay, all I need to do if my goal is $10,000, I'd be like, okay, dang, all I need to do is this 10 times. How can I like replicate?
That's a reachable goal.
More, yeah, you know what I'm saying? 10 more times to be able to get that goal. So it's like a lot of times you just got to break your goal down in just smaller portions. You know what I'm saying? Like we always kind of look at the big ultimate goal. Well, a millionaire, their goal is always $1 million, but it's like every day you're not thinking about the $1 million goal. You're thinking about the $100 a day or the $1,000 a day. And then eventually you're going to look up and you're going to be like, dang, I'd have made a whole $1 million. And I didn't even, I didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
I feel you. I tell you one thing I do that helps me appreciate things still is I break up. Like everybody here has worked or is working a day job. When I say day job, I just mean the job like you working for somebody else, basically. Even if you love it. Yeah.
Like as we speak.
I love
as we're talking.
I love it. And you think about that, and like even then, it's still your day job. So you think about you get paid hourly or salary.
I get paid hourly.
Hourly. So for me, I break up stuff like that. Like the lowest I've ever been paid hourly. Well, I won't say ever because I used to clean the church with my grandma, but we'll use day job. I was making $7.25 an hour. And you think about it, you like, so you make $7.25 an hour. So anytime, like if I sell a piece of art for $80, I think about how much time I spent on that. And then I break it down by the hour and it's like, okay, so this particular time, my time was worth $30 an hour, whatever, and I compare it versus the least and the most I've made an hour with the company, and it for me it puts it in perspective. Like, okay, when am I gonna get to them? Like, I remember I read a thing. It was like Oprah makes like $100 a second or something like that. That's unreal. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, her money making money. You know what I'm saying? So like that for me is like, how can I do that? So like you make the 1,000, how can I do that 10 times? Then when you make that 10, okay, I got to do that 10 times. And those are sustainable goals. They're smaller.
I wonder how she treats Stedman.
I feel like she's doing bad. I feel like she's doing real bad.
Get your ass in there and watch them dishes.
Get your ass out.
Somebody said Stedman can't come out the guest house no more. That's just what I heard. I heard Stedman can't come out the guest house no more.
So believable.
For life.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I like to think of myself as a person with ambition, but I definitely think I have a price, and like I they say every man has a price, but I ain't gonna lie, I might have a price. Like I won't leave that guest house if you paying me right. Okay.
If Oprah asks me, what can you do for me? I'm be like, you ever heard of Hoppo?
You wild boy.
Boy,
you know what? That's a good question though. If Oprah asks you, what can you do for me? What would your answer be? Your honest answer. You're trying to sell yourself. What can you do for Oprah?
I can make you capitalize off these weak ass shows.
So you'd be like consultation and stuff. I definitely could see you in a position like that.
Oh God, I gotta say it just like that. Make her feel bad. Make her know they ain't worth shit.
Wow.
Damn. You cold, John. You cold.
Nah, for real. Like her and Tyler Perry like tell the same stories, bro.
You said her and who?
Tyler Perry.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I appreciate the hustle, but like
Tyler Perry. Damn.
Tyler Perry got a show on BET right now called Bruh. And then he got another show on BET at the same time called Sis. What?
He got a what?
Sis or Sisters. And then there's another one called Bruh.
Sis is short for
nope.
Sister.
Nah.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get me on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you trying to
not me.
I'm gonna say this because you kind of leaned me into it. What was it? Dang, I lost it. I don't remember it. It was about Lil Nas X. I just can't remember what it was.
That man had a baby then.
Hey man, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know if we talking about Lil Nas X tonight. I am playing devil's advocate. I am defending him the entire time.
That for me, I ain't even devil's advocate. I rock with bro. Like,
I rock with Lil Nas X, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to listen to the album, but people can see what I listen to on Apple Music. So I
ain't gonna count with you. I'm gonna say this because he got I can't remember the name of the song, but I really like the song. And he dropped a video today, and I had to just listen to it on Apple Music. The video was just a bit much for me. Live your truth though, like it was just a bit much.
What they were doing.
It was the football one. Yeah, the football one.
Okay, so
it was a bit much for me.
I am my sexual orientation, so I do not enjoy that video the way some other people might enjoy that video.
Yeah.
There's also some videos that I enjoy that other people might not enjoy.
That's a very good way to put it.
I have to think about stuff like that when it comes.
Yeah.
I think he's a marketing genius, though.
Oh, for sure.
I think that there's nobody better at creating.
You got a Nickelodeon show?
Lil Nas X?
Not yet, but he gonna have. Well,
what's what Brandon just said?
That boy Brandon.
I think he just said Lil Nas X got a Nickelodeon show.
If he don't get a Nickelodeon show, it's gonna be because
they don't care.
People
Nickelodeon
being afraid of stepping on toes. But
Nickelodeon don't give a damn. They had Ice Cube singing "You Can Do It with Your Back into It" at an award show.
They did. They did.
No, that was all that.
He was on all that.
All that.
Hey.
Can we talk about how black all that?
Brandon said Tyler Perry got a Nickelodeon show.
Who got
Tyler Perry got a Nickelodeon show.
What it called? Baby Boy?
It's called Light Skinned Men Are Here to Save the Day. That's what it's called. I'm telling you, so black folks be so like dark skinned men are evil in Tyler Perry movies.
Hell yeah, man. Bro, dark skinned people in trouble when they see Shamar Moore in the wig.
Man, what? He always got them spaced out braids working on a garden. Like, man, if you see Shamar Moore doing your garden work,
I am a hardworking man. I am a hardworking light-skinned man with braids. I will do you right.
Yep. Basically,
I will treat you well.
I will treat you well.
All your problems with my nuts.
And I will put stuff together in your house.
Yep. And that dark-skinned man who's a lawyer,
I will save you.
Yeah, I don't know. If you did it once or twice, I'd be like, okay. But like every movie.
He definitely typecast with skin complexion. He does.
Yeah.
He definitely does.
Did you see that Boondocks episode when they were making fun of Tyler Perry?
Bro, he got that episode pulled.
Yeah, you got to go find that episode.
I did see it though. I've seen snippets of it. Yeah,
I saw it on the internet. I don't think that episode come on TV no more.
He got a pool.
Nah, it never aired. It
never aired. Okay.
I think he did get it pulled before it aired.
That's wild.
About it. Yeah.
It's wild.
What happened in it?
It was him.
They were literally just talking about what Tyler Perry does in movies, and then they made jokes about Madea too. But I ain't gonna cap. If there's a funny part about Tyler Perry, it's Madea.
Right.
Like if there's something that I can enjoy a little when it's on screen in a Tyler Perry movie, it's Madea scene.
It's relatable, but I'm gonna tell you one thing that I don't particularly love about Madea anymore. So I've often found my black self in a lot of white spaces, which is okay.
You're supposed to be able to... This was my original problem with Tyler Perry.
Okay.
They think that's how we are.
Yes.
They think we
have you ever had them try to communicate with you with Madea quotes?
Yes, definitely.
Like, what?
They'll be like, how you doing? What?
Or they'll say something to you and wait on you to react. I'm like, that don't even make sense in the context of what we're talking about.
I had to tell people straight up, I don't like that shit. So I said to me this shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you can relate, Marlon. It's just like, hey, look, man, that's not how we are. That is a hyperbole of how we are.
Brandon said Kenny's sleepy.
When that nigga was sleeping in that car, that's how he said, he black folk tripping, banging on my damn windows.
What? Let me see here. I had it. I still can't remember what I was gonna say about Lil Nas. I can't remember.
You know what you're watching a video and then something about the
Well, no, I just said that, but I couldn't remember exactly what I was bringing it up for.
Tingling feeling in your waistline.
Whoa.
Wow. What the hell?
Hey, the good thing about it is,
hey man,
I'm in love with my wife.
Have y'all seen that meme? All right, so y'all saw Russell Westbrook on with that skirt at that fashion show, right?
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the meme? They put Boosie up in a cloud looking down. Bro, I was so weak, bro.
I ain't seen the meme.
It was just like Boosie. It looked like Boosie was like an ancestor judging him. It was hilarious.
Look at that,
but it's funny seeing how Boosie is like.
That's what Boosie is to the LGBT
gay community. Yeah. What was it? They had took his tweet. He had tweeted about Lil Nas or whatever. I don't know if it was real. I didn't fact check the tweet, but apparently he had tweeted about Lil Nas, and they zoomed in on when the tweet was made. The tweet was like at 5:23 a.m. and they was like, "Dang, Boosie, you wake up like this?"
I nigga was up.
Yeah, and it was just funny because I was like, either he woke up thinking about it, or he hadn't went to bed yet. He was in the club tweeting about it. I don't know, bro.
Bro, I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know what's worse.
It's just crazy to see like if someone stay a celebrity too long, how like it shifts. Like I remember everybody was like, you be in the locker room, get ready to go to PE, and they're like, Boosie or Lil Wayne. And he's like, and you had to pick, and then people would judge you based off that, which first of all, that's not a good, I don't think that's a good A or B option. And but
Boosie is a local Baton Rouge rapper.
Exactly. This was like seventh grade for me. So what is that? That's 2007. 2007 Boosie was not on Lil Wayne's level.
I think I was more of a Boosie fan.
Boosie made Wipe Me Down, and then we had Swerve.
Boosie without Webby during that time wouldn't have been.
I don't know. Webby is very. If you go back and listen to old Webby verse, it's very impressive. Yeah, like
Webby had the best verse hands down on Wipe Me Down.
From what he
for sure. That's what I was saying. Without Webby, a lot of that stuff, that whole Boosie era,
Webby be like conducting himself now. And then I listened to the verses. I'm like, they can't be the same.
I was like, this nigga can't be putting these bars together.
He got a hold of something bad. He had to get a hold of something bad.
You know somebody else who's a very talented like rapper, but people like hate him because of who he is. YoungBoy, like YoungBoy is a very talented rapper, but it's like people just hate him. But it's like if you listen to the way he,
I say, what is your name?
I ain't gonna cap. I had gone a long time without hearing a YoungBoy song, and I just hated how he talked because like he
was always aggressive.
He pull up his pants in the front and like everything he say. Like he got to put his teeth on his bottom lip and it got to come out like this.
Yeah. You know people like that. That's what it is.
Yeah, and like so I went a long time without listening to anything he put out because I was like, nah, this nigga why he mad all the time? I was like, why he on Instagram live walking around with an AK-47 on his shoulder? You in your house, bro.
Right, like
right.
So
you in your own
what
shit.
Are you afraid of?
So I listened to Make No Sense for the first time because it came up on an Apple playlist. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you that I automatically I replayed it after the first time I heard it, and I sung the hook along with him after listening to the song once. Because that's how infectious that shit was.
Make no sense.
Gucci Man in 2006. That shit's so hard, bro. That shit's so hard. I'm like,
it's funny because I know exactly what you're talking about. Like when you look,
like, damn, man. He feel like if you feel like Gucci in 2006, bro,
that's that you're invincible.
Yeah.
That boy pushed K Michelle out of the car.
Bro, he killed the people that were robbing him and buried him in front of an elementary school in 2006. That's when that happened.
Really, he was a menace.
Yeah.
Like he was a menace. That is cold. I feel like Gucci Mane got more street cred. I feel like Gucci Mane got the street credit everybody wanted to act like 50 Cent had. Not saying 50 Cent ain't got the credit, but like Gucci got that same amount of respect without having to get shot 9 times.
Bro, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though? The rappers up north, like because of how hard their music sounds, because of how their instrumentals is, people take their lyrics more seriously about the dirt and stuff.
Yeah.
The people in the South actually did that shit.
Yeah.
But they just rap about it behind some flutes and shit. So it don't sound
it's a little different.
So it sound a little bit different.
Yeah.
But like the people in the South actually did it. Like they just flipped the R&B beat. Like they flipped some Ronald Isley and started rapping to it about the bodies they got. They might have said the nigga name in the song, but you just did it. You wasn't listening to it because you was listening to the Ron Isley sample in the back.
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like if you pour in the South, you really pour.
Yeah.
But if you pour in, I feel like if you pour in New York, you can come down here and do pretty well. if you look at how expensive it is to live there, like if I go to New York right now, I'm poor. Well, I'm poor here, but still, like you go up there, like you super poor.
Yeah, like the
down here it's manageable.
It's
manageable.
It's manageable down here. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. It's manageable.
Jenkins, you all right? You all right, Jenkins?
Yeah, but I'm here.
Take your ass sleep, man.
What? So I'm gonna go here. This is like a good one. I came up with this question before the episode tonight, and it's good because we got 3 married people. We have someone in a very committed relationship, and then we got Kyle who's out here with everybody's daughter. So,
dirty dick ass nigga.
First of all, no, I'm not with everybody's daughter. I'm chilling till I get that one.
That's what people say when they're.
No, I'm dead ass serious.
We're gonna flip it. We're gonna do a voiceover and flip your words around.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't shit.
Like they did Freddie on Scooby Doo. Say you trying to make it sound like I think Cool Hill sucks. That little radio, the news station showed it. All they showed was
man. Don't be don't be out here doing me like that, man. That's cold.
I'm gonna ask you first, then, Kyle. I'm gonna ask you first. Okay.
What's up?
What is your checklist for proposing? What has to have been done or accomplished before you feel like you're ready for the next step? Meaning, what do you have to have in order, and what do you have to have seen from your significant other? What is your checklist? If you have,
I have to, for me personally, I have to have had to be more established and more stable before I propose to a woman.
What is that? Because I said that same thing, and I learned myself that there wasn't actually an actual stability level I was trying to get to. I just needed to feel like it. So what is that level of stability that you're talking about?
For me, like me having my own apartment, I feel more like open to actually trying to date on the serious tip. Whereas with my partner, she would have to be more open to communicate and actually talk. You know what I'm saying? Have that and be able to have those uncomfortable conversations, and we grow and learn from those uncomfortable conversations. Because a lot of women,
don't know how to have those conversations. And it's crazy how sometimes arguments push that particular envelope just for the uncomfortable conversation to even spark.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you a question.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? Go ahead. You probably gonna say it anyway.
His answer was good in theory, right?
But
it's like he gave, and this is something that I see people looking into relationships doing a lot. He gave himself a concrete answer. I need my own apartment. In order for me to propose, I need my own apartment. Then when he got to the woman part, there wasn't a concrete answer. There was an abstract answer.
Right.
So we need to communicate. She needs to communicate. So it's like, how do you know? Like, you have a point to where you can get there and you know when you got there, but how do you know when the woman is at that point? And is that not setting you up for like never getting to that point?
Yeah.
Damn, I like that. Okay.
That's facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And that's what I meant. That's literally what I was about to have him expand on. So it's good you said it. The level of stability that I kept saying, because my folks, I was living with my wife. And my folks was like, you need to stop shacking up. You need to get married. I was like, I'm not ready. I know I'm not ready. I know when I'm gonna be ready, but I didn't know what that level was gonna be. And at a certain point, I knew that level that I was waiting on to do was, like you said, abstract. Like I was never gonna get to that level because the level didn't really exist. It wasn't tangible.
It was just something to say at the time.
Yeah, and it sounded right. And who can really challenge that because it's so abstract?
Right.
You can't say Pablo Picasso sucks because he's not trying to go for anatomically correct art. You know,
right.
So
yeah, I just thought that was interesting though.
Yeah,
because like I see people do that all the time. It's like, what do men bring to the table? Is this, and this? Okay, so what are women supposed to bring to the table? Oh, well, she needs to learn how to talk like this. And I'm like, you're giving yourselves two different sets of like expectations. Like you can see when you hit your
you can move her finish line, but you can't just. Like it's either you got the apartment or you don't.
Yeah.
Whereas with her, you can kind of be like, well, you're not communicating to this level, So it's just that was really well put. What do you think, Ken? Well, not Ken. I was gonna go to you last and do Jarvis.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
say you want me to repeat it or you same thing I asked Kyle?
Yeah, repeat.
So, what is your checklist for proposing? What has to have been done or accomplished before you're ready for the next step on your end and hers and as a couple?
She gotta have cable. She gotta have Cinemax, HBO. Nah, I'm just playing. She has to have a certain level of maturity and understanding of, I say toe-to-toe conversation. Like you have to have like serious talks about stuff that you're gonna make you uncomfortable. Like a lot of conversations make a lot of people uncomfortable, and they don't have them. So like we're gonna have to be able to have those conversations that's gonna make you uncomfortable, like to a certain point. I mean, you ain't gotta have your own crib, but nothing like that. Like you can always come over here to the shag pad.
What's yours then? Like that's what she gotta have.
I ain't gotta have shit. Nah. I would have to have a little bit more patience. I'm kind of impatient. I'm impatient. Like I gotta have a little more patience. Well, you ain't me, nigga. So shut up.
No, I'm saying like I'm impatient. Something that I definitely think
you gotta have drama.
I'm impatient.
What you say? What you say, Ken?
I said what you said you gotta have. I say it kind of could.
A certain level of patience because I don't got it. I don't got a lot of patience. Like I expect stuff to be done like not a certain way, but like if we talk about something, I'm expecting to hop on it. Like I ain't expecting the next day.
How would you grade that? Like like you said, a certain level of patience. Like how would you grade? Okay, like I'm there. Like I know I'm patient enough. How would?
What you mean? Grade?
Like you said, like how would you know that you hit that step? Like with Kyle, he said I gotta have an apartment. You know you got an apartment.
When certain stuff don't bother me. Like
okay.
If certain stuff don't bother me, then I'm all right, well, cool. I don't reach this patience to where it don't bother me no more. I can tolerate this, or we can do this, or we can move forward. But I'm more so I'm a all around person, so I'm willing to work on everything as we go because shit ain't gonna always be peachy and perfect.
Right.
And like you want to be, long as y'all have, like, long as I got that bond with that person and I'm able to talk to that person about anything, I feel like we should be A1. And because shit, it's gonna be times where you be like, it get on my nerve, but then you'll be able to have that go back and have that conversation like, well, you kind of got on my nerve. Yeah, you can work through it. Yeah, so long as I'm able to work through whatever with that person, then we A1 because
that's hella important.
That's what relationships is about. Like, it's about having your spouse is your best friend to a certain extent to where y'all are able to talk to each other and work
and accountability partner 100%. Like what Marlon said earlier about, like, she told him, she was like, you got these dreams and the ambition ain't matching.
And I love that. Like,
but there's a lot of people who would hear that and be like, oh, she said that. But for me, I'm like, hell, like she had no back on that. Like,
that's motivation, like a
I needed to hear that today.
Yeah, and that's what it's about.
And it was today. That's crazy.
That's wild. Yeah, I was like that when you said, I was like, she love you. Like, I ain't heard nothing negative in there. It was like that's a pat on the back. Before I go into the married people, I want to ask you and Kyle. So Kyle, you had your reasons, right?
Right.
What is your timeline on that? What I mean by that is, when do you expect those goals to be accomplished? Just on average, you ain't got to be an exact thing.
You said your name, Kyle. Go ahead.
You next.
I mean, at least a year from now, at least. You know what I'm saying?
So what I'm saying is, like, if you start dating somebody today,
right?
How? Because I mean, you have some people get married 3 months in, and some people get married 10 years in. So if you started dating somebody today, let's assume everything is going great, right? Everything's going great. How long do you expect? How much time do you expect to have passed before those checklists have been all boxed and you ready for the next step?
At least, I don't want to sound generic like the typical 6 months.
Just whatever you think.
I said, I'm horny and I'm ready right now.
You shut your ass up. That's what you do.
Hey, man,
hold on. But nah, man. Shit. For real though. At least about a year, like 2 or 3 years, at least, y'all done got a chance to really sit, get to know each other, and y'all done figure each other out enough to where
your first year is that trial run.
You ain't lying.
Oh yeah, that first year is you noticing every red flag that you need to notice and the green flags.
Trial and error like a motherfucker.
What about you, Jarvis? I'm sorry. I thought you. You go ahead, guy.
I mean,
off your legs, man.
Man, shut your ass up. I'm on GTA. But at least, like I said, about at least a year or two, to really see if you guys have checked off each other's check marks. Because shit, she got a box too. She checking off shit from you too. Okay. Gotta keep that in mind, Jack.
Do you feel like you are growing enough to like check off those boxes? Am I asking too many questions, Jack?
You gotta keep that in mind, Jack.
No. So do you feel like you're not like? Do you feel like what Kevin's saying? You saying a high value? Do you feel like you're a high value man? Do you feel like you can check those boxes that she may have?
Hell no. I'm gonna be honest as hell.
You don't think you're a high value man?
I mean, I'm high value to myself, but I'm still working on me.
But you're not gonna marry yourself, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still.
You don't know what he capable of. He could be a
so okay. If you feel like you're not a high value man, like in general, if you feel like you're not in general, what are you doing to?
I mean, because growth comes in so many forms, and I'm just literally still trying to grow my mind, man. I'm trying to expand my mind in so many different ways and change the way I think. Shut your ass up and let me talk. So you gotta grow, man. Mental growth is the first important step to everything else that you do in your life. I'm done running my mouth. Go ahead, Jarvis.
I like it. What about you, Jarvis? I asked a lot of questions. Sorry. The main one was the year, the timeline.
Call me Marcus Houston because I'm immature as hell. I ain't never get married. Nah, I just playing. First year you try run, right? And you figure out your red flags and your green flags. Your second year is the year you figure everything out and you work on everything with that person. So you'll know that person is the one that you can do that with, because you can anybody.
So okay, I like it. Y'all had similar answers.
Because I wasn't listening.
Well, no, he said 1 to 2 years, maybe 3. You expounded on what will be going on in those years if it goes as planned. But similar answers.
But you know instantly if you want to be with that person or not.
I also feel the same way. I think like frame one. Like I think almost upon meeting that person. If
that first interaction,
if you think that you could marry them, I think pretty early on.
Like I had a conversation with Kenny. I was like, hey man, that you do, man. What you want?
Why did I understand everything you said just then? It was clearly in a different dialect, but I know what you said.
See, man, I didn't understand it, so I ain't been around long enough.
You'll get it sooner or later. We're gonna have you on here.
I see.
Okay, so I don't think I ever so would you say that it's love at first sight, or you think it's something different than that?
It ain't love at first sight. It's like, hey,
I don't know if it's necessarily,
I can build and have something with this person.
You just seeing a sturdy foundation. Like I can build a house here.
You can see it in the person. Yeah.
Like when you play Monopoly, you already know what properties you gonna buy.
Oh, that was a good example.
I know, boy.
Yeah. And you build a strategy around that. And then once you got your strategy, you start, hey, okay.
You know, T. Kyle, I learn you something, boy. I learn you something.
So
I'm listening.
We're gonna do Kenny. We're gonna do Marlon last.
Wake that nigga up.
What's your checklist, man? Yeah, that's what I'm coming to. What's your checklist, nigga?
Man? I'm about to go shoot up his neighborhood.
What you say, Reed?
Me and Dick Tracy outside.
You want me to read the question again? Yeah. It says, what is your checklist for proposing? What has to have been done or accomplished before you're ready for the next step on her end and yours?
Oh man. I feel like, of course, being married for years, you kind of got a good framework of what marriage is built off of. So I feel like the main thing on both ends is adaptability. Like both people need to be able to adapt to their circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Because like y'all both gonna go through different stages in life. So you need to both be able to pretty much adapt to that, adapt to where you are, where you going, where you gonna be. Because I mean, every day you ain't gonna wake up and y'all ain't gonna get along. Some days y'all ain't gonna be thinking on the same level. Y'all ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So it's so many different things that you got to deal with. So you got to be able to see that person can adapt with you as you grow as a person, you know what I'm saying, as you learning yourself. I think, like I said, I know that's the biggest thing for me personally, but just learning on my end, I feel like before proposal, I would recommend just kind of learning like who you are as a man, like what type of man you are, what type of things that you're good at as far as like, like building a healthy relationship with that person, what type of things that you may like struggle in, communicating with that person to see, is it something that they could see themselves, like if I wasn't to become proficient in this area over a year's time, are you willing to still work with me? Are you patient enough to, continue to work with me if I didn't reach this level that you're expecting me to reach, you know what I'm saying, at whatever frame you expected it. What else I'll say?
Would you listen to, my bad, go ahead.
I will also say just how you operate as far as like the structure of your life, the structure of your days, what you got planned for yourself, what you want to be doing, and how you expect to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like knowing knowing your goals, but also having the know-how and the mobility to be able to get to that point. Because I feel like on both ends, I can have my goals, I can have the things that I want to achieve, and you can have your goals and the things that you want to achieve, but it's going to put a strain on the relationship or the marriage or whatever it is if you don't really have a solid idea of how you're going to get there. Yeah. So and that's on both ends, because I mean, the frustration comes with, just trying to look at this nigga here. So, but the frustration can kind of come in, and it can kind of, start affecting the relationship when you operate in the space of trying to, reach a goal. And it's because, like I said, first off, it's going to be hard to get there in general. But if you don't know how you're going to get there, it's going to make it even harder. So that's going to start to bleed into relationships and how you interact with one another. So, like I said, just kind of backtracking, just knowing, like, being goal oriented and just kind of having a plan of how you gonna make that happen. That's that part of it.
Would you listen to like the stuff your spouse like seeing you don't see in yourself? Would you like try to check yourself about that?
Would I try to check myself about it?
Yeah.
Are you saying this like in marriage, or are you saying this as with the proposal question before proposal?
Both.
Before proposal, I feel like me now, I would definitely be able to go back and like kind of check myself in that area, because I know how beneficial it is now. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if you thinking of yourself before you get into marriage and knowing what it is, you probably wouldn't understand the value of it at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like me, being in marriage for years now, you understand the value of taking constructive criticism from the person that you're with, because that's going to be a part of the foundation and the healthiness of your relationship.
Right.
It was well said. Was that for everybody or just Kenny?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, I got to piggyback on that. Like, marry me now, yeah. Like, okay, you say I'm too mean in this area, or I'm not doing this, or I need to grow in this area. I'm gonna hear it, because I like to think of myself as a pretty introspective person anyway. So 9 times out of 10, if you say, hey, you do this thing or you don't do this, I kind of already got that idea that I'm not doing it or I'm weak in that area. So I think now I realize, I'm gonna listen. But before, I'm stubborn now, but I was a lot more stubborn like before. So I can't say with confidence that I would before.
Yeah, it's the same with me. Like there's stuff that I did. It's ever evolving. There's stuff that I did last week that I wouldn't do today.
Facts.
So it just comes with, I think you get better at that the longer you're in that relationship. Because when you're single or when you first start a relationship, you're like, man, she ain't gonna never stop me from doing this, because this is how I am and this is how I've always been. But then you get to a point where you learn that it's just not worth it, because what is you not doing that specific thing no more going to take away from the rest of your day? Most of the time it's very minuscule.
Yep.
So it's like, I think you get better at taking that criticism and learning to actually like do something with that criticism the longer that you're in that relationship. Or at least that's how it's gone for me so far.
You really learn how to use your scale too, because a lot of times, man, it just come down to weighing which one is going to be worse. Like, okay, like it was this guy, I can't remember who it was, but he was basically talking about being right or being righteous, and they aren't mutually exclusive. Sometimes you have to give up being right and be righteous. Like, okay, I'm gonna gracefully allow you to be what I feel is wrong, because the argument isn't worth the stress. You know what I'm saying? And then also knowing, like, you got people who like are together and then they like to pretend that things are perfect all the time. And if they are perfect all the time, that's fine. But I think you as the person in that relationship got to understand, like, hey, we're struggling right now. And you got to do whatever you can to minimize stress on that struggle until you get out of that struggling area. You know what I'm saying? You might just have 2 weeks where y'all just like on each other, like, oh, you getting on my nerves, you're my way. You know what I'm saying? So do whatever you can to minimize any extra struggles until y'all get that under control. Because it's a season. It's not gonna stay like that. You know what I'm saying? If it stay like that, then that's when you got other conversations to have. Yeah. But usually it's just like, look, man, you got to think about it. You around this person. That's not even just marriage. Like if you living with your partner, like you around each other a lot.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Your parents who birthed you, took care of you, saw you as a baby. You know how cute babies are? Look at that baby. Babies are cute. They saw you like that, and you still got on their nerves living with them every day. So if this person who's only known you a small portion of their life is around you every day, I mean, y'all gonna butt heads, and that's normal. So I think knowing, for me, that's been a big help. Knowing like, hey, we struggling right now, and until we get that under control, let's avoid this issue. Like, let me just, pick your battles.
I also think it's a big deal to acknowledge that in successful relationships, you do struggle sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have to, a big part of staying in a successful relationship is realizing that I'm not talking about trauma or somebody doing you wrong or something like that.
Right.
But I'm talking about y'all not meshing personality-wise all the time. You're not going to always want to talk. And sometimes they're going to come home from work, or you're going to come home from work, and y'all not gonna want to hear each other. Y'all not gonna want to see each other. Y'all gonna want to be in separate rooms doing separate things. And that's fine as long as that's not the majority.
Right.
That does happen sometimes though, and I think it's important and healthy that it happens. And it's healthy that I think it's healthy that people in successful relationships talk about that.
And not enough people doing that though.
Yeah, because we don't set I don't think we do a good job of setting a precedence of what a healthy relationship is.
Yeah.
A healthy relationship isn't you liking that person. I don't like my friends all the time. I got lifelong friends that's beefing right now.
Yeah.
So
but they gonna come through it.
They're gonna come through it. They're gonna come through it because it's happened before.
Yeah.
So it's like in every type of special relationship like that, there are times of struggle. And it just has to happen. It has to happen because we're humans.
It's just a season.
I'm telling you, dude. Like, and that's honestly, that term and using that term came from not church, but like it was a minister. I think it was Michael Todd. Did I say his name right? Michael Todd. He amazing, but like he was talking about seasons because like honestly, when you're in a good season, it helps you stay grounded and motivated. Like, hey, things ain't gonna always be this easy, so let me go ahead and let me put away the extra I got now for the winter. You know what I'm saying? And then when you're in a bad season, you're like, okay, it ain't always gonna be a drought. It's gonna rain, and we're gonna be all right. So when you realize that it makes it really hard for you to get like hopeless, and then when you in a really good place, it makes it hard for you to get arrogant. So like seasons, seasons, realizing it, and going back to my checklist. And what you said, you kind of have an idea that you're gonna marry that person, and that's how I was with Whitney. I was like, man, I know I'm gonna marry that girl. Like I don't know when, but I know I am. So I got to talking, and I got to talking to a good friend of mine who used to be like a counselor or something like that for Youth for Christ. And one thing he said was, slow down. I was like, man, what? You ought to be happy I'm trying to get married. But one thing he said, and it stuck with me, he said, you want to see her all 4 seasons. And I'm thinking, okay, like a year. Okay, I can wait a year. But really what I take it as now is, have you struggled together? Have you like, yeah, you know what you say?
You gotta see all sides of it.
Oh, for sure, because you can have somebody who's perfect 98% of the time, but when y'all struggle, she's the most toxic person. And that could be a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for a fact, me and Whitney struggled in the beginning. When the relationship wasn't as strong. Like we can struggle now, but like, so when you struggle with somebody, hopefully you never have to, but you should know if you can struggle. You know what I'm saying? One of y'all lose your job, both of y'all lose your job, you know, money ain't adding up. Like that's a season. You know, Bobby and Whitney, you know, but I feel like that's like, for me, I need to be able to see you in all the seasons before I'm ready. Like even if everything's good.
What was the original question? Because I don't know if I answered it.
The checklist for proposing. Like, what do you need to have done on your end? What does she need to have on her end?
Did I answer that yet?
I feel like I'm trying to remember what you said.
I think you did.
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I answered Jarvis.
You chimed in on something else. That's what it was.
I answered Jarvis' question. Yeah. So I don't know if there was a checklist. There was more of a filling out process, right? Like,
okay.
I met my wife in Texas when I was in Texas. Mm-hmm. And the first hurdle that we had to get over was a good hurdle. She was very involved with a lot of volunteer work. Mm-hmm. She helped a lot of people out, and she was very busy in the church.
Okay.
Now, I myself, ever since I been able to have the choice to, I've never been the biggest church person. So I never thought that was a thing for me, right? Like, I want me a girl that was rooted in the church. Mm-hmm. But when it came about, like, I can tell that how much it shaped her as a person without warping her reality of what the real world was like, which was a good thing.
That's big. Yeah.
So yeah, you feel me too, huh? Yeah. So it was like a filling out process. Like, how do our personalities fit together? Is this person going to swing at everything I throw at her? Or is she just gonna let it go by? And I wanted somebody that was like everything that was thrown at us, we was at least gonna try to swing at it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to let anything walk, you know?
Yeah.
So we first made it through me never being able to get to see her, and me eventually persevering and just inviting myself to the places that she was at. That's how we got through that originally. Mm-hmm. And then we made it through distance, because I had to move back to the Alabama area and then eventually to Georgia while she was still in Texas in order to get some things settled, because I was struggling.
Yeah.
So then we made it through distance and we got through to the proposal, but we weren't done struggling before I proposed. We were not done struggling before I proposed. But I had just felt like at that point that we had made it through so much already that whatever was going to be thrown at us, we were going to make it through it anyways.
Facts.
It was just like a filling out process of seeing what we could make it through together and how we would react to those things.
Yeah.
So we had the problems. I proposed anyways, even though we were still struggling. Mm-hmm. She came here. We struggled a little bit together, and now we're doing better than we ever have. And it's the best. I would say that it's not perfect, because nothing ever can be perfect, but it's the best that it has been. And
that's
I would not say that we're struggling right now.
Yeah.
So,
but the fact that y'all have,
we have
big.
We struggle. We were only halfway through our struggling by the time I proposed. So I didn't want to use like, I need to get myself to such and such as an excuse. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, maybe I should have, but like it ended up working out. It ended up working out anyways, because we went through that process, and I knew she was going to be solid, and I knew she was going to have my back the whole way.
Right.
Yeah.
So
sure.
That's something that I feel like a lot of people should understand. Like you weighed the options too, but like if you would have been like, oh, I'm gonna wait till we get through this. The thing about it, man, speaking of them seasons, sometimes stuff just compounds. Like, okay, you make it through this particular struggle, now there's another struggle. Okay, you ain't gonna make it your wife now. Okay, so it's just you know what I'm saying. Sometimes struggles just come back to back. So
I scheduled my wedding. I ended up getting a job, which is something that I was looking for when I was misplaced out of Texas. Yeah. And then I scheduled we scheduled the wedding and everything after I proposed, and then the coronavirus hit. So we couldn't have our actual big wedding that we planned. Some work stuff fell through, and there was a little bit where neither one of us had a job because of her moving and me going through the pandemic. And we still decided to bring her here, and we got married anyways. When we got married, I was not working.
I'm telling you something, man. That's gonna be a story right there, boy.
Yeah, it is. It ended up working out.
Yeah.
And like at that point, I just felt like I needed help emotionally more than anything. So I feel like it was the thing to do. Because what we ended up being, even though we couldn't do it, even though we couldn't be each other's financial support at that moment, we were each other's emotional support. And that's what
which
the bulk
is
of it
equally
was.
important.
Yeah, that's what the bulk of it was.
Need that backbone, player.
You got people who ain't got to worry about how a bill gonna get paid, but then they like bills be paid and they just I don't know what to do. Like I'd rather you know what I'm saying? You can go work an extra job and get some money. If you messed up emotionally, you messed up,
right.
You know. So that's I'm happy for y'all.
Yeah, so like I guess my answer, I was long-winded there, but I guess my answer to the question is it depends. Like it depends on what that person shows me, and I feel like that person can bring to the table for me. But you emotionally, yeah. And I already knew at that instance when I proposed. Yeah.
What you about to say, Ken?
What I was about to say was, I think, like, just being honest, like being in marriage, like, you know, with me and Porsche, I feel like the biggest thing that I realized the most fun with us have been struggle moments. Like I mean, we've had times where we're like, dang, all right, we got to pay this bill. How we gonna do it? And we come up with little ways together on, okay, how we gonna finesse, how we gonna get this, how we gonna do that, and how we gonna, like, you know, grind it out and make it happen. And it will be days where we'll wake up in that morning and, you know, and we grinding from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep. And by the end of the day, when it's taken care of, you realize, you're like, dang, we did that together. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a me thing. It wasn't a you thing. We worked together and we figured it out. And I realized that. Yeah. And that was like, you know, of course, both of us coming off of, you know, just going straight into being entrepreneurs by ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Not having a 9 to 5 at the, you know, at the peak of a pandemic. And, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't, you know, too far from now, but to see the position that we're in now to be able to do the things we want to do. I mean, it'd be moments where I look and be like, she can pick up her phone and order whatever she want to eat. To me, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like we in a position where it's like, you can literally order whatever you want to eat. A lot of people ain't able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And
you see where you could be and you see where you can be.
Yeah.
Especially with how DoorDash be taxing.
Man, what? I ain't gonna lie. Yesterday was before payday. I was like, man, we gonna have to drive and get that today. we got the what is it? The dash pass. I was like, man, that still be high sometimes.
I can't do it, man.
Bro, ordering 5 guys on DoorDash.
Well, I spent about
like,
$60.
That's a credit check.
That's like a flex. Yeah, that's a flex.
Yeah, I know they pinged your credit for that.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you did what now?
I'm still. I said I did it about 2 weeks ago. I'm still recovering.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie. It be some stuff you be like, yeah, I'm finna pay for that for about 2-3 paychecks. And you be like,
Still recovering.
But I ain't gonna lie, like saying saying that, one thing that I personally like, first of all, I had like a really warped view of marriage because I never saw my parents argue. I know they did because I'm an adult and I know people argue. Never saw one argument, not one. You know what I'm saying? And for honestly, I didn't realize that I was poor until I grew up, and I was like, that wasn't supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I didn't realize I was poor. I was like, they hid it really well. So like, I didn't see a lot of stuff that was going on. So now that I'm older and like, I'm like, dang, like,
Bro, I'm the same way. I didn't know I was inviting my white friends to the Section 8 house, bro.
Yeah.
All my white friends was at the Section 8. Was at the Section 8.
They be horrified. Have you ever told a story? Or like you tell a story or something, I did this as a kid, and you just laughing, and you look around the room and they like, and you like, dang.
I wasn't supposed to do that?
That was sad. I'm sorry. I had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember it was in middle school and we were going around the room talking about our favorite game to play. Might have been elementary school. Favorite game to play, definitely elementary school. That favorite game to play, and the white kids like tag, Simon Says, red light, green light, and I was like drive by. And they were like, what? But we had literally made a game based off of, you remember that scene on Friday? Where like who that is riding up with the so literally we no matter what we were doing, what game we were playing, if we were outside, somebody would say drive by, and everybody just got to take off running and hide.
Cool.
Do you know how horrified the teacher was? Like, y'all play that? You know what I'm saying? It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. And we would just, that was it. Nobody was chasing us. We just go hide until somebody came out and be like, they gone, that's it.
I was like, fellas, dang, y'all didn't play knock knock nigga.
Oh, definitely. What you got? He's like, knock knock nigga. Bro, I was so bad at that game.
I couldn't run.
I was clumsy. I fell in the yard. The lady opened the door and I just sat there, hoping that she didn't see me.
I had two of the worst people that knocking with me.
Who was?
Y'all don't know him, but I was like, hey, y'all, it's a lady getting naked through the window. Y'all come look. He said, for real? I said,
he stops you from getting a little peeping Tom charge.
Oh, my goodness. That's
the whole neighborhood.
That's the worst type of person, man.
What was you about to say, Kyle?
Man, shit, I'm up again sleeping, man. I gotta get up and go to work in the morning.
I mean, you got no damn job.
Tommy? All right, man. We enjoyed you, man.
I enjoyed all for y'all, man. I love y'all.
Go and plug yourself too. Let everybody know what you got going on.
Man, y'all catch me on stereo, man. Download the stereo. I know Jarvis got it. Kenny, you gotta get it. Red's got it. Mario, get to it, brother. With Marlon, sorry.
That man, yeah.
I'll be Marlon.
Hey, send me the link, Kyle.
Yeah, man, I definitely send it to you, brother.
Send it to me too, bro.
I got you. Y'all can never.
I'm gonna get you counseled.
Oh yeah,
you gonna get yourself counseled on there because I tuned in and I ain't never heard that many slurs back to back. I said, man, let me get out of here, man.
Man, I got like 80 shows already, man. So I've been doing this shit for a minute.
Turn up then, man. You keep at it. But yeah, send us your stuff too, and you take care.
Every time you go to work, time coming in and steal.
I get off at 6, man. Right, man. I get out. I go in at 10, man.
10 little mid shift. I hear you, man. Get that money.
Y'all be there at 10:30 still.
You ain't shit.
You gonna get 30 minutes to put your best on.
Hey, hush.
He said he coming in there too.
He said
no, I'm in the garden side.
Okay. I know they stealing out of that side, boy.
Little TV.
I know they stealing out of the garden side.
That the bad play they go to steal. They come out the garden.
Yeah, they walk out the garden door. Yeah, for sure.
What you doing with 55-inch on the garden side of Walmart? Stealing?
I parked over here.
I'm gonna go ahead, Best Buy receipt.
Yeah, but y'all be good, man. I catch y'all, bro.
All right, you gonna get dead on that game. Go to sleep.
I'm finna go to sleep, Nick.
You finna go to sleep, all right.
Go ass up.
Lotion ready.
I'm weak.
Nah, bro, I'm whoop your ass. Oh, he laid. That's how he laid. That's how you lay all the damn time. Well, say hey.
Hey, dog.
Say, come on, man.
What up, homie?
We got you looking at the girl.
Yeah.
What? You see yourself.
He said, I know these niggas ain't talking to me.
That was I think that was pretty much the extent of our topics anyway. What did y'all eyes on?
No.
Okay, to hear you.
No, so you got some.
Yeah, honestly, man, this was like probably my favorite show. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, for sure, we did.
Yeah, we gotta get Marlon to come back.
For sure. We want to let you know, like, you welcome, man. You just let us know when you free.
All right, man. I'll for sure let y'all know.
And if you like anything, if you need any like help, assistance, shout outs, anything like that for what you got going on, let us know, man. And Jarvis definitely wanted to talk to. Yeah. He got us on Apple Podcasts, all that.
Yeah, so I got us on all the streaming platforms. So let me know.
I bet. Yeah, I was only doing Spotify and SoundCloud before.
Okay.
I need to put us on SoundCloud.
I don't know how. I never figured out how to set up my RSS feed to go to Apple Podcasts. So.
Honestly, when it's kind of like I said, that's why I talked to you, because like I said, me and Kenny did chop it up for a while, and we could not get on Apple Podcasts, so it ain't easy. Yeah. So He know he doing something right.
For sure. I'll reach out for that.
For sure, definitely. Well, go ahead and close this out there, Kenny. Wake up, man.
Hey, man, I was looking at Apple Podcast. I was looking at Apple Podcast. But all right, y'all. That's been another episode of Cards on the Table. I was about to say chop it up because you said chop it up.
I know. I felt
another episode of Cards on the Table podcast. We have some special guests. My boy Marlon down there. Kyle left. He had to go to bed. And we got Nuz on the show today. Say hey, Nuz.
Look, say cheese.
He like, I ain't friendly. Before we go, anything you want to plug? Shout out anything like that, man?
What's up?
I said before we go, anything you want to shout out, plug, or anything you got going on, or a friend you got something?
Man, nothing especially. Just follow me on Instagram. I hardly ever post there, but if I do something with my art or like talking, that's where I'm gonna promote it at. It's zen.griffey, like King Griffey, but with a Z. Okay, that's it.
Cool. Hey, we gonna be on the lookout for this show, man. Like I said, we got you.
All right, man. I'm gonna make sure I don't let y'all down, man.
All right. We got you back.
I appreciate that.
For sure. All right, man. Well, I think that's it. We're gonna get up out of here, man.
All right, man. I'll get y'all boy later. Say bye. Say bye.
Yeah, he like.
Say bye.
Man,
he just want to say it. He just
want
to say it. All right, y'all.